Sup? Welcome to the final season, part 69.
The final season.
The last escape room of the last escape rooms of all time. Let's see. Room name Q. I think... Wait, didn't we already finish this escape room too?
Yeah.
So technically it's not even the last escape room. We're past the last escape room. Oh, there's 2 bottles of Xero, that's right. Okay then. Let's see what's in here. First off... 2-star key cards! Yay! Last escape room, actually true. Unless if we have another stream. We can use these to play the AB game as many times as we want, yay! Hold on. Those keys are important, but... Look at this!
Look at this photograph.
Xero! The Radical Larry Kior! Oh, thank goodness. I don't know what to say. I'm so overwhelmed by emotion right now. Work is going to be okay. Is he crying? Alright, let's get out of here. We need to get this stuff to Quark and Alice. Yeah, you're right. This key should do the trick. The key was in the safe. It should open the exit. Dum-dum. Let's get moving. Wait, what? Huh? That way. You guys ready? All set, go for it. 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, stop. Jeez. One time. 3, 2, 1.
I did it.
Screwing up. Doctor of Escapology, achievement unlocked. Escapist. Hell yeah, dude. We escaped all the rooms.
It opened.
Sure did.
We should get back to the Floor A warehouse then.
Why are we always surprised that it opens? Hey, wait. Did you guys hear something?
What?
Batman.
You didn't hear it? It came from over there. Sounds like something turning on. See? Told you. This screen wasn't on before.
You're right. Guess it was set to turn on when we opened the door.
It looks like an authentication screen. I think we need to put in an ID and a password.
You think?
Yeah, but what?
Yeah, I'll just come up with something random, guys. That was when I noticed the illustration. The lion is eating the sun. The lion is eating the sun. The lion is eating the... Memento Mori, Calliope, remember death. If the 9th lion ate the sun.
Been a lot of lions.
Them lions do be dethroned that sun.
Oh.
Oh, of course. This was the real 9th lion. But if that was the case... Memento Mori! Memento Mori! Remember death! Memento Mori! Remember.
Are you remembering Xero?
No. This is actually my first Euroscape stream ever. I forgot every single thing that happened before now.
Damn.
So yeah, I have absolutely no idea what the ID and password are. That's kind of unfortunate.
Is it the same as the last one?
I would hope so. Or else we wouldn't have anywhere to go off of.
Milkaboli.
Thank you for subscribing. Let's see. Let me search my internal gallery.
Your internal gallery.
It's a system that works with my photographic memory. This is just how geniuses like me think, you know?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Also, can you search up the answer in case I have the wrong gallery open? Thank you.
In case you the wrong gallery.
Alright, I have a GTF and Milk Cavalli. Which one goes where?
The Golem ID was the ID previously.
Golem ID. Oh, the Golem ID. Yeah, I forgot that Luna was a Golem, yeah. GTF DML 016. And my password. Well, I mean, I shouldn't say my password. Milk evolution.
Evoli.
Fuck.
Try exiting.
Exiting? You just die.
Dead.
Damn. I couldn't figure it out. What was the ID I needed? What was the password? Did I know them? Had I seen them before in another history? Perhaps that had something to do with the card. If I found an ID card on the old woman's body, and if I recall correctly, it had something about a password. What the password was, though, I couldn't recall. If the card was the key, though, then I need to put in the woman's name for the ID. Remember, Sigma. You need to remember. What was the old woman's name? What was written on the back of the card? Ah, I die. Did we ever get her name?
I feel like you would know if you got her name. Have we done everything else?
Yes.
Yeah?
There's literally nothing else left for me to do. What is the answer? My
I know the
gallery
answer.
doesn't contain it.
But I don't remember us getting it.
Yeah, that's the problem. Where were we supposed to get it?
I'm not sure.
Because I mean, like, if I backtrack to anywhere, I don't know if that'd be useful.
Yeah,
because we did
There's
everything.
nowhere else to go. We've done everything. I'll just tell you. It's fine.
Okay. The lion. Ah! Ah!
Oh god. Seizure
Oh
warning.
my god, epilepsy warning. Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus. Okay.
The ID is Kurashiki.
Kurashiki. Oh, yeah, that's right. I think we did see that.
Mhm. And the password? Yeah, we did see this. I remember now.
Yeah.
It's Jumpy Doll.
Jumpy doll. Yeah. I don't think I took a photo of it, though. Damn.
Well, that
I
was
mean, my
stupid.
my photographic memory isn't. It's not working very well. Jumpy doll. And then we were like, yeah, no, wait, that can't be Akane, right? She's not that old yet.
Sigma, look!
Balls. It's watashi.
That's you?
Yeah. A face reveal, it was me. I use a voice changer.
You're Akane. Her name is Akane Kurashiki. I've been looking for her for a very long time.
This is how Akane turned out. He walked toward her. Slowly, carefully, almost as if he was afraid of scaring her away, he reached out.
She's a hologram.
Wow, he really went for the booba. Tim Miyoji squeezed his eyes shut.
Akane.
Don't tell me that Tim Miyoji is Junpei or something. Junpei really... This man really went downhill. Jesus. He closed his hand around empty air and let it fall to his side. There was a moment of sad silence, and then she began to speak.
I see you finally arrived. I've been waiting for you. Well, I suppose that's slightly inaccurate. What you see now is a holographic message I recorded before you came here. Unfortunately, this means I will not be able to answer your questions, at least not directly. I hope you will understand.
She should do like the super smart anime villain thing where they're able to answer all the questions even though it's just a hologram. A recorded hologram.
Now, where to begin?
She really needs some sleep,
You
Jesus.
probably have a great many questions. What day is it? Where are we? Who is Xero? And what does he have to do with Akane Kurashiki? But I imagine there is one question that rises above all the others. Why were we brought here?
Oh,
The answer to that is
sure.
simple. Everything that has happened here is part of our plan. All of this was
All according to
required for the
Keikaku.
success of the AB project. I assume you heard the name by now, at least. In any event, you were all needed in order to execute our plan. The nonary game was necessary for the same reason.
please don't give me cryptic messages
Your
again.
question now, I imagine, is just what is this AB project? The answer to that is also simple. Allow me to explain. We created the AB project for one purpose.
The
To
Funyarupa.
transport the consciousnesses of two people into the past. Those two people are you, Sigma, and you, Phi.
What do you mean, the past? The moment the words were out of my mouth, I realized no one there could answer the question. Not Phi, not Demioji, and certainly not a pre-recorded hologram.
Have you figured out what this room is? I assume you saw the Q on the door. It stands for quantum. That makes this the quantum room.
Oh god. This just reminds me of Quantum TV, and I don't want to be reminded of that. God. It took me a moment to realize she changed subjects without even pausing. Bruh. There was nothing we could do, of course, but I still felt a twinge of frustration. Just like some university professor.
Take a look at the rear of the room.
Oh. Well, take a look at your rear.
Do you see that large enclosure? That houses our quantum computer. The systems that control this entire facility run on that machine. That includes the construct you refer to as Xero Jr., as well as the golems. All of them do their thinking in that box. Isn't that strange, though?
Damn. unable to think outside the box ever.
It seems contrary to how we perceive the world. The body, the thing that you see and interact with, is somewhere else. But the mind and all its thoughts are in this box. Perhaps it isn't so strange, though. Perhaps humans are the same, with our minds and thoughts existing separate from our bodies. Our core is in our head, of course. We all have individual brains, think individual thoughts, and act according to individual wills. That makes communication difficult, though. So, we're forced to rely on inefficient mediums like language, photographs, non-verbal cues, etc., to transmit information. Each one of us is an individual, and we have no direct connection to anyone else. But is that really true? In the dimensions we are most familiar with, yes, it is. If we look at things from another higher dimension, however, we may all be connected after all, like the branches of a tree or a rhizome.
So, what you're saying is that you want to communicate through the morphogenetic field.
Imagine a horizontal cross-section of the root system of a large tree. All you can see are the spots where the roots intersect the plane of your cross-section. In the 2 dimensions you see, the roots all appear to be individual things with no connection to one another. But this isn't the case. If you expand your view and look at the root system in 3 dimensions instead of only 2, you see the truth. All the roots join together at the trunk. In 2 dimensions, they appear to be separate. But if you look at the roots from a 3rd higher dimension, you see things that might appear to be separate from one another in 3 dimensions could be connected to one another if you look at them in 4 dimensions. Doesn't that at least seem like it could be a possibility?
Well, I guess it depends on what you think the 4th dimension is. Is there any, like, consensus on that? Because I've heard some people refer to the 4th dimension as time.
I don't think there's consensus, no.
Okay.
I don't think there's enough understanding to do so.
I feel like the human brain just isn't capable of even comprehending a 4th dimension.
It's at least not right now.
Human consciousness actually works. Well, I'm not the only one, I suppose. Xero and I share that belief.
Morphogenetic field theory.
The morphogenetic field, bro. Tamiochi mumbled something that sounded like nonsense. I opened my mouth to ask him what it meant, but Akane was already talking again.
Now, when I talk about a 4th dimension, I'm referring to the 4th dimension used in Minkowski space-time. Let's start with a single dimension, where all that exists is a point. Connect points to one another, and you have a line. In 1 dimension, the only surface you can create is that, a line. But move to 2 dimensions and create more lines, and you can create shapes. These are 2-dimensional surfaces. Move up to 3 dimensions, and you can connect these shapes to one another and form 3-dimensional objects. Now you have a 3-dimensional surface, which encompasses a volume of space.
Yeah.
Connect 3-dimensional objects to one another, and you formed a 4-dimensional object, which encompasses a volume of both space and time. It is on that 4th dimensional axis that our minds are connected.
Through time.
If that was true, then what would prevent anyone from sending their consciousness backward or forward in time?
Okay, wait. When did Steins Gate come out?
That theory is the foundation of the AB project.
I mean, I'd argue both are just based on the same theory at that point.
Same theory. I don't
Because
think they
neither
ever
of them
mentioned.
create the theory of it.
Well, yeah, obviously, but I don't think they mentioned the same one. But regardless, it's on a similar vein. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
With, I guess in Steins Gate, it's not really about like 3-dimension, 4-dimension connecting everybody, but yeah, it's still functionally the same.
The A represents after, and the B represents before. It probably sounds silly to you.
After before game.
A ridiculous story made up by a mad old woman. But look at what's happened to you.
You are kind of a mad lad.
You've seen many different worlds and timelines, haven't you, Sigma? And what about you, Phi? I know you have too. Am I wrong?
Yeah, call him out.
Okay, question. Why are you here and why are you doing this? What happened from 999 to now?
Tenmyoji should know what I'm talking about as well. I believe you experienced something very similar nearly half a century ago.
Half a century ago? Then that is Junpei, right?
You sent your consciousness to the past to help save a little girl's life. It was a long time ago, but perhaps you still remember.
Then how does that make sense that we're all there in Zero Time Dilemma?
Yeah, of course I do. How could I forget? That little girl was you, Akane.
Suddenly, it felt like Phi and I were outsiders, trespassing on something we had no right to see. God damn it, I should have played 999! Tenmyoji's face was taunt with emotion as he looked into Akane's eyes.
Emotion.
It seemed almost like she was looking back at him.
Now, unfortunately, my time is up. The final stage of the project will begin very soon.
How did you end up here? Why was Junpei picking up garbage? Why weren't you guys together? All of my fan fictions are ruined!
I need to go prepare. The next time we meet, I can tell you the rest of the story.
Ah, she already foreshadowed her death here. I see.
So come and find me. I'll be waiting. One last thing. The cat in the box. Is it alive?
You gotta add a little Schrodinger there in the end.
Sigma. Phi. You will decide its fate.
Are you saying that you can be brought back to life because we don't know whether you're dead or alive since you're in the box? But I mean, we've seen you dead, so I don't know. Maybe we do a time thing.
Goodbye.
Wait! Akane, wait!
To say, you didn't find her body in every timeline.
Bro.
Oh, Tenmyoji.
And why is he called Tenmyoji now?
I can almost see you.
His family name.
You don't need to worry.
Did we never get his family name in the first game?
Mm-mm.
Damn.
Everything is going to be okay. I will see you again one day. I promise. But I'm going to have to ask you.
She does him so dirty, it's not even funny.
Wait, what happened? What happened? It's for Junpei, man. And who was Akane with this entire time? She was with Xero? Who even is Xero, if not Junpei?
Wait. Akane!
And then she was gone. Then Miyoji collapsed to his knees, his back hunched and shaking. I saw tears land on the white-knuckled fists he pressed against his thighs.
Shaking and crying, Arden.
And I kept quiet. What was there to say? Vi and I looked at one another and nodded silently. With a shaking hand, Tenmyoji pulled the photograph out of his pocket. It was a picture of a girl. And after all that we'd been through, her smile was enough to break your heart. Was it though? We made our way to the warehouse on floor A and met up with the others. It took only a few minutes to decide to head to the infirmary. As soon as we arrived, we began to treat Alice and Quark for radical Larrys. I gave Luna the accelerator that I'd found in the queue room. She quickly prepared it and... there's just multiple Larrys inside of them. Ejected Alice and Quark.
Thank goodness. It will take some time for them to recover completely, but they should be fine. Good.
Indeed.
Thank you, Luna. And thanks for finding the medicine, you guys. Thank you so much.
Don't sweat it.
No need to thank us.
I mean, thank us. Like, it was literally placed in our path. I don't know if we just went out to find it, but you know. Tenmyoji said nothing, just walked over to Quark's unconscious body. And who is Quark to Junpei? He took the small boy's hand in his own and held it tight. It was like, in Quark's story, he was kind of like an orphan, right? And Junpei took him in. That's it? No other significance?
Do you need more significance?
I mean... I'm still kind of reeling from the fact that Akane had just like left Junpei. And she was out here doing something with some dude named Xero. Oh man. I could see tears at the corners of his eyes as he turned away from us. Like, why does Alice and Clover still, like, they're still looking good, whereas Junpei over here is old as fuck? Was he not in the cryo chamber? Suddenly, I remembered. Dio, where had he gone? Didn't take me long to find him. He was sprawled unconscious on the floor beneath the sink, where he should be. Handcuffs?
We found those in the crew quarters. Before you returned, we went to check on the bomb in room 2, and we found them there. Of course, the bomb was indeed turned off. Thank you again for dealing with him. You are, quite literally, lifesavers. You have my eternal gratitude.
I coughed awkwardly and looked pointedly around the room. I glanced over at Fi to see she was doing the same thing. What if we're like the clone of Sigma? An actual Sigma, probably like Meta's End, Zero Time Dilemma or something. I don't know. After that, we headed back to the 4A warehouse to play the AB game. Specifically me, Fi, K, and Luna. Clover and Tenmyoji decided to remain in the infirmary just in case something happened with Alice, Quark, or Dio. Luna would represent Clover's team. With Quark and Dio sleeping, K would represent their team by default. Which left me, Fi, and Tenmyoji. You should vote.
I'll let you handle it. I chose Betray in the last round. You probably don't trust me right now.
What? I mean, that doesn't matter now.
Excuse me. I apologize for interrupting, but I think you should be the one to vote in the next round fight.
Why?
You already have 9 BP. There's no reason for you to choose Betray now, you see?
Hey, you're acting like I might actually try and betray
Not
her.
necessarily.
What does it matter what he's suggesting? We're almost there. We just have to play the AB game 3 more times. Then we can all get 9 points. But that means each representative has to choose ally all 3 times.
Can we just play nice for once in our lives?
sure you're alright with this, Sigma?
Yeah, I trust you. At this point, if you're gonna betray me, then, well, fuck me, I guess.
Shall we open the doors?
An ambidex gate, 45
44,
minutes.
We have to wait for the deadline.
Oh, well, we could vote earlier, but then each voter would be stuck inside the AB room for 45 minutes.
That doesn't sound fun.
Okay, let's go back to the infirmary then.
Let's just sit here and
I
play
agree.
pat cake.
Please, lead the way.
Luna and Kay set off toward the yellow door. I was about to follow
Hold
when...
on. I just remembered something. The
What?
AB room on the left. In one of the other histories, she...
Oh yeah! You're right. Kane's body was in there. What does this mean? Why didn't we find her body this
Maybe
time?
because she wasn't murdered.
But how? When did history change?
Do you remember what Akane said?
The cat in the box. Is it alive? Or is it dead?
Akane in a cat cosplay?
Fine. You will decide
No.
its fate.
The Schrodinger's cat thing!
Exactly.
I wonder what she meant about us deciding its
Perhaps she was
fate.
saying her own fate wasn't decided yet.
Sigma not gonna do any cat puns this time around.
The
Huh?
history where she's alive and the history where she's murdered are both real right now.
But, no, that's impossible. You already opened the box. We opened the door to this AB room and there was no body.
We haven't opened the box. We haven't found a body, but we haven't found her alive yet either. In other words, we haven't actually observed her. The hologram was a recording from before this game started.
The next time we meet, I can tell you the rest of the story. So come and find me. I'll be waiting.
Where was Akane now? Where was she waiting for us? Or what if she wasn't anywhere now? What if she was waiting for us in another timeline? Or what if she was waiting for us in the past? Was that even possible? If she was, what would that mean? Huh? A new destination has been identified. Okay. I was gonna do it. Bruh. I have nowhere else to go. Excuse me? We would travel back in time to before the game even begins. Ow. Ow. Ow, 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 ow. Damn it. Feels like my head's gonna explode. Wait. Where the hell am I? Looks like an elevator, but...
No, this is one of the AB rooms.
Gah! Who the hell are you? And what the hell's an AB room?
Damn. I guess you did lose your memory after all.
Memory? Memory. Flashback to everything, yay! Ah! I remember the time. You're fine. She grinned. What is
Check your
this?
bracelet.
It's a red pair. BP
Mine's
is
the
3.
same.
Does this mean this is the beginning of the game? We've gone back to when we first woke up in the AB room?
No, not quite. I think we woke up a little earlier this time.
How do you
Push the
know?
buttons on the side of your bracelet.
2 hours, 15
We
minutes.
didn't wake up this long before the primary doors opened last time. I think we're about an hour early.
Wait a minute. If you're
Yeah.
right...
Kane might still be alive. We got back before Dio killed her. I think. Right.
Then-
We're here for one reason.
To stop her from getting killed.
Exactly.
Let's move. We need to get out of here
Don't need to tell
fast.
me twice.
All right. When? When did this come out compared to Steins Gate?
Let's go.
Oh man. So the first escape room is the last escape room. I don't remember how I did this one, to be honest with you.
You already know the password.
I do?
Yeah, you've done this one before. It's in
I
your
don't-
files.
I don't remember. I guess
Open
I
your
should just
files.
check the file, yeah. It's been so long. Is there a different gold file, or do I just put in the green one? Moon.
I don't remember.
Huh. I guess I might as well try it then,
It
just in
doesn't hurt.
case. This makes it so that the silver... The Sigma!
The Sigma.
The Sigma of the future doesn't get the gold file? Bruh. Wait, where do I input this? Here. Once the password has been found, it will never change. Going back to the past or changing timelines won't alter it. Okay. Oh, wait, don't make me go through all of the escape rooms again. Are my messages the only one to hear? Unfortunately, yes. The gold file isn't here yet? Is that what I'm getting at?
I guess.
Okay, well, I'm gonna assume that we don't have to try the gold file one then. The cracker? How the hell? What? How do you say it? Was he just thinking of crackers? What are you doing? I don't. Just calm down. Looks like that worked. Push the red button. What the hell? Yeah, I don't know why we asked, and we just do the. What the 10-9? What the? Yeah, Jesus, Sigma. All right, fine. Do the thing where you fly out. Spike B. Yes, I will. I didn't know you were into that. Fine, I climbed over through the hatch and out into the top of the AB room. It took us only a moment to spot them. Akane! Behind her was Dio. He was moving quickly and quietly, a knife glinting in his right hand. This man. Shit! Vi, use your super epic psychic powers. There was no time to yell to her. I scrambled down. I have no time to yell at somebody while I'm running towards them.
Logic 100. True signal.
Vi wasn't following me. When I looked back, she was still standing on the roof. Vi, what the hell are you doing? Get down here and... Before I could finish, she moved. She ran across the roof, launched herself into the air, and went up, into the vast beyond. Damn, Dio's dead. What the?
He's fine. Just unconscious.
Says you.
Bleeding internally. Irreparable brain damage. I bent down and held my fingers in front of his mouth. He was still breathing.
I don't think he saw me. He probably has no idea what happened to him.
Well, yeah, it's usually what happens when you get drop kicked from behind. Guy went down like a sack of potatoes, man.
Coming.
True. I heard footsteps come to a stop right in front of us. I looked up.
So you came.
You still need sleep, Akane.
I've been waiting for you. You're here to hear the rest, right?
Wait. Just wait a minute. What the hell is your deal, woman? How can you be so calm? If we hadn't shown up just now, you'd...
Have been stabbed in the heart by this young man and died. Yes. Although, that reminds me, I haven't thanked you yet.
I thought she was gonna be like, that reminds me, I haven't had dinner
Just
yet.
shakes him. No.
Thank you very much. I very much appreciate you saving me.
You don't sound like it. What? What?
Hold on. How do you know about being stabbed by Dio? Are you an Esper too?
Yes, indeed I am.
She's a
I am
morphogenetic
able to jump
fielder.
through time, just like you.
Then what the hell were you thinking? If you knew he was going to stab you, why were you going to let him do it? Dumbass!
Because I had to.
You what?
Think back. Why are you here? If I hadn't
Just
been
to suffer?
killed by Dio, no one else would have been murdered. Consequently, your own abilities would never have manifested. I did explain, didn't I? The purpose of the AB project was
Yo,
to send the
Wince.
two of you to
Yo,
the
what's up,
past.
Wince?
Or your minds, at least. In order for that to happen, some death was
Very
necessary.
Part 69, indeed, the final season.
When a human brain is
Kane
faced
really
with
turned into a
danger,
villain arc.
its processing speed increases.
I mean, she was technically the
Information is
bad guy in the
processed
first
more
one, too.
quickly, and time almost seems to slow. A few seconds can feel like an eternity.
I mean, she was a person named Xero. People who were named Xero are never bad.
Unfortunately, that in itself isn't enough to send oneself through time. The amplitude of the consciousness is simply too small. In order to increase the amplitude, we need to slow down the brain before the increase happens. It's a little like a slingshot. You pull back on
Okay.
the rubber band and then let go. The potential energy you stored in the band is released and converted into kinetic energy. That's
Yeah.
what fires the bullet out of the slingshot. Now, while a slingshot can only fire in one direction, your mind isn't similarly limited. When the bullet of your consciousness is fired from the slingshot of your brain, it travels past
From the
the
slingshot of your
three-dimensional
brain.
world and into the four-dimensional one. From that perspective,
therefore
Time
we
is
can
no
travel through
longer
time.
fixed. In other words, you can travel to the future, the past, whenever you like. Your consciousness has been released from the three-dimensional cage. In order for that to happen, I had to infect you with Radical 6.
So by the way, I had to give you this deadly disease so that your mind could slingshot into the past and the future.
Yeah.
What?
Infected with Radical 6?
Yes. Don't you remember?
Yes, I did do that, yes.
Luna should have told you about it in another timeline.
Are you sure? Infecting all of these people with such a horrible disease?
Even Luna was like, bruh.
Every single one of you has been infected. Well, apart from Luna, of course. Unfortunately, it was necessary.
Luna's got robotic level radical.
We needed to slow your minds in order to store up your potential energy.
Slow your minds. Is that because Radical Larry kind of makes us perceive everything around us being much slower than it actually is?
Then we provided
The
a dire
opposite. You
situation
perceive it as
that would accelerate
faster.
your
because
processing
your brain
speed.
is going slower.
Okay, let's see.
The result is what you are now experiencing. Your consciousness now occupies four-dimensional space-time.
So, question, why?
Even that, however, wasn't enough.
It's like you're explaining a lot of the how and what. But why are we even doing this in the first place? For what purpose
You had
does
the
our
ability
suffering
to
achieve?
travel, but your memories could easily be lost during the trip.
Kind of just like, hey, it was a pretty funny experiment.
Yeah, we just want
Project
super
was to
good.
succeed. You had to be able to retain
also got to sell a new
everything you
game, so,
learned in each
yeah.
reality. That was the reason you were forced to jump so many times. With each jump, your ability to remember improved. Eventually, you would be able to retain everything.
Yo, what's up, Ito? Morning to you too.
That is why we made you play the AB game. That was why you had to select different chromatic doors. By forcing specific choices,
Why did you make me learn
cause
color
you to
theory?
make more jumps.
I don't think you learned any color theory. I'll be completely honest.
I know that. Anyways, I get it. I think I finally
Like I said,
understand.
I don't think you learned any.
I definitely don't have a chart right next to me. Okay. I mean, there are a lot of things I don't understand, but all of what you just told me makes sense, I guess. You did all of this so that Fly and I could jump through four-dimensional space with our memories intact. Right?
Yes.
Sigma? Ask her why. Why the fuck did she make us suffer like this? But why did you need us to do that? Why? Thank you, Sigma. Thank you. People have died for this. People died when they're killed, Akane. Do you not know this? Do you not watch anime? I mean, let's count how many different ways people died. Murder, antimatter explosion, doing the nay-nay too hard. I've died. So has Fi. So have you. All for what? The Fundirumpa? So why would you do all this? What does it matter that Fi and I jump through time?
Haven't I told you?
No!
Death was unavoidable.
Well, you did tell us that. You don't tell us why!
You are all destined to die.
Oh, gee, thanks.
That is a true statement, no matter who you say that to.
Sacrifices had to be made.
The
for
one
the
immortal
sake
guy in the
of
corner.
project.
Well, you know,
The one immortal guy in the corner. I just imagine it's like that party meme. They don't know that I'm immortal. And Akane, why are you like this now? This really doesn't seem like you anymore. The you that I know is
she's pretty. She hasn't changed that much.
Really?
I think back on 999 a little more. She just was a little bit more like damsel in distressy in 999. She was equally as manipulative.
No. I will live with the Akane that I believe in. The fanfics that I created will come true.
She designed the 999 notary game to save herself and to kill 3 out of the 4 pharmaceutical guys.
They deserved it, to be honest. I already know all that.
She hasn't changed a whole lot. She's just
What I'm
older.
asking you is why? What is so goddamn important that it's worth all this? What is wrong with you? Did she finally realize what I'm asking her? Is that why the was there? What the fuck?
I'm sure you'll figure it out eventually.
God. Sigma just picks up Dio's knife and stabs her.
What? Just when is eventually?
In a future not very far from now.
Bullshit! That's not good enough! Why can't you tell us now? Instead of answering, Kane knelt down next to Dio and picked his knife up off the floor.
I'm going to keep this with me.
Don't change the subject!
But it's almost time.
What are you even talking about? You've got plenty of time.
No. In a few moments, you'll return to the original timeline.
What?
This is the way it has to be.
Okay, you know what? Akane and like my character tier list going all the way down to the bottom.
Fight it. Lagomorph.
Yes.
Oh, huh? Why did you dox my name like that? God.
Lagomorph?
You call him Xero Jr. His official designation is Lagomorph.
Such a lame name.
Lagomorph, this is an order. Unlock my bracelet.
Compliance.
God damn it. Did you deal with that, Cerby?
Now, everything is in place.
You sure going back in time in close future can be a really long time away? I mean, yeah. Once again, like, everything that Akane is saying is just so incredibly cryptic and answers nothing for us. Like, at all.
I have put the bracelet onto Dio. All
So
we
you've
have to do is
basically
place
achieved the
his
same
body
thing.
in the 5th AB room, the second one from the right.
That's the one Quark is in, right?
Correct. I will move.
I'm sure Quark will be safe with Dio.
I will also put your bodies back into the 3rd AB room. Once that's done, I will reset its puzzle to an unsolved state.
Why do you need to do all
To
that?
recreate the history that you remember. Your consciousness is about to leave your body and return
Oh my
to
God.
the future.
Oh my god. I'm gonna have to go search something up after
Your
this.
body will be emptied,
What?
and your other consciousness will jump back in.
I really need to know. I mean, I'm sure they're friends. But when did the visual novels come out?
If your body
Well, Steins Gate, it came out several years before, if that's what you're asking.
It would be
Okay.
bad.
There's just way too many overlaps right now. Way, way too many. Like, God.
So you're saying some version of us is going to wake up in that room and repeat the same history again? Well, I guess this could actually be our second or third time.
You are exactly correct. Lastly, I'm going to leave this with you.
She paused and pulled something out of her pocket. It was a small key attached to a string.
I'll tie it onto your ankle so that you won't lose it. All right, Sigma?
My ankle? What? What's it say on there?
Tu fui ego eris.
To flee? Yeah.
It's Latin. It means
Of course it
what
is.
you are, I was. What I am, you will be.
To flee.
Yes.
What am I supposed to do with it?
It will help you meet someone who's very important.
My anime waifu? What?
Go. Return to the future. You won't be alone.
Back to the future?
I will be at your side, watching over you. Now hurry.
Mate. I still. Do you not see the flashbacks of all these people dying when they're killed? Ah! To PC. Another one? Bro, the stream that never ends, man.
Like, it just ended there, and you're like, yes, this is good.
Ugh. Ugh.
Looks like you're awake.
Damn, that was one hell of a hangover. Party was crazy, bro. Is this the infirmary?
Why are we here?
Do you
Just
know
to
what
suffer?
happened at the AB gate?
Kay and I went back to the infirmary, but
We waited and waited, and the two of you never returned.
so we went to the warehouse to check on you.
We found you passed out in front of the AB rooms.
Kay and I hurried back here with you.
I looked over at Fi and met her eyes. Do you remember what happened just
You
now?
mean what happened a long time ago?
I mean, yeah. Yeah, you got it pretty good, huh?
Yeah, I remember all right.
Yeah, you gotta run the back of the head.
that.
Yeah, I like that too.
Hey, what are you guys talking about?
Oh, Quark!
What am I? Top liver?
Yes. Booba. Alice!
Back among the conscious and not psychotic, huh?
Yeah, thanks. Grandpa
Huh.
told me what you did.
So you're not gonna betray us anymore, right? Right? Right?
Thanks for finding the medicine for us.
Like, I literally saved your life, okay? No problem. All days work. Although, I wouldn't mind a little swimsuit action.
Really grabbing at straws here, aren't you?
Wait, it's kind of weird that I'm saying that after Quark said something to me. I should probably say that after, you know, Alice says something to me, but yeah. Hey, I wasn't talking to Quark. That was an offer for Alice.
Not really my point.
Also, like, do we really need swimsuit action on Alice? I feel like that would just cover more.
Oh, whatever. Forget about that. Now that you
Isn't
guys
that
are awake,
sometimes
all we
looter?
gotta do is open the number 9 door.
It depends on the kind of man that you are, I suppose. Huh?
What are you talking about?
Look at your bracelet.
It says 10. 10 Myoji? I have 10 BP.
I've got 15 BP.
15 Myoji.
That means I got 6 more points while I was out.
But how?
You've been asleep for more than 2 hours. We've played the AB game 3 times.
3 times?
Yes.
Without what is
Of course, the color and group assignments were shuffled around each time. But no matter who voted, everyone chose ally.
Aw, you guys are such silly villains. The one person who gets like Dio as their opponent just randomly votes betray.
And now all of us have enough to leave.
We can just leave Dio, by the way, guys. We really don't need to bring him. Like, legitimately, like. I was stunned. How had everyone cooperated long enough to raise all of our BP past 9?
It's like, you guys hate each other. How did you do this?
Was it because Akane hadn't been killed? Without a death to start things off, maybe we've been less sus of one another. Or could the bombs have had something to do with it? We'd all joined forces against Dio, and Fi and I had been able to disarm all of them. All of us had banded together against a common enemy and overcome a tremendous threat. Perhaps that had strengthened our bond. Which, I had to admit, would be somewhat ironic. After all, Dio had planted the bombs that forced us all to work together against him. This must have been what Akane was talking about.
Haven't I told you? Death
No.
was unavoidable. Sacrifices had to be made for the sake of the project.
Come on, let's go! Let's open the door and get out of here!
Wait. Sigma. Leave him. Thank you! Yes! Yes! Alice was the only holdout. She complained about wanting to take him back to her superiors, but after I mentioned they'd come back to investigate after we escaped and deal with Dio then, she reluctantly complied.
All right, let's get going.
Aha, screw you, Dio! Rue the day that your parents named you Dio, for they knew the evil that you possess within you.
Yeah, it's because he's a clone. From an evil cult. They know exactly what they were doing.
You're right. Everybody ready? I'm gonna open it.
Yes, just get on with it.
Everyone else swallowed and nodded. I grabbed the lever and pulled it down. When is this key going to come into play? The key that's around our ankle, supposedly. That we never noticed ever.
The number 9 door has been opened.
Sigma's not the most observant
It will
guy.
remain open for 9 seconds.
I always swallow and nod after eating my vegetables. Save? Welcome to Stream Crow. Alright, everybody, let's go! Let's move! I didn't need to tell them twice. The room inside was clearly a loading elevator. It looked sort of like a large plate on top of a huge pedestal. We ran to the center of the plate and turned around. The number 9 door stood wide open.
1, 0. The
Me?
number 9 door is closing.
Not everything's about you, Xero.
I thought this world was made for me. How could you?
The number 9 door has closed. This ends the nonary game. Thank you for your participation. As the game is over, all doors other than the number 9 door have been unlocked.
You hear that, Dio? Have fun. Oh, you can't because you're chained up, huh? Dio just cuts his own arm off,
His
probably.
own memories.
So many references to other games. First the Evil Within, and now Chain of Memories. Damn. What's next? Space
Your
Jam?
mom.
Shut up, Kiwi. Plot twist, you were Dio the whole time?
We did it.
Imagine.
Yes. We should keep moving.
The plot twist is that I was Kate this entire time. Beyond the door was a wide hallway that ended in a very solid wall. That wall was damn solid, alright. To the left, we found a very familiar looking door. We pushed it open and went in. Should be enough suits for everybody, yeah. A pressure exchange
You know
chamber.
what this place is?
Yeah, sort of. This whole facility is pressurized, apparently. I think the idea is to keep the air outside and consequently the virus from getting inside. Even though we're all infected with the virus anyways. That means that if we want to go out, we have to decompress so we match the outside air pressure. This room here is where you prepare for going into the actual pressure exchange room. You see all those suits along the wall? I figure we need to put those on and head to the decompression room downstairs.
Whoa! Hold on a minute. You're saying the air outside is full of that horrible virus?
Yeah, that's what it seems like. This is, too relevant. Of course, according to Akane, we were all already infected with Radical Larry, so the whole room seemed a little pointless.
Why? How did all this happen?
Did they?
I mean, didn't Alice and Quark already take the Accelavir, so technically speaking, they're not infected anymore?
No, that's not possible.
We've come this far. We can't turn back now.
Or at
Let's
least
go
recovering. I don't know.
There's no way to know what's really going on until we do.
All right.
Usually you're not instantly cured of things.
It's a video game, Cerby. No one else objected. We all donned the protective suits and headed downstairs to the decompression room. Like, imagine if Tears of the Kingdom had a realistic physics engine. So every time that Link dove into the water, he'd just die. As soon as we were all inside, the process began. Through my helmet, I could hear the soft hiss of air being sucked out of the room. We stood there for several minutes, waiting for the process to finish. At last it did, and we heard the door begin to open. That was not the sound of the door opening, that was the sound of a plastic bag or something. Beyond it was another decompression
I
chamber.
drink with the ice cubes in it.
We repeated the process 2 more times before we reached the final door and opened it. We're on the moon. The dead, bleak landscape wasn't a surprise for me. I'd seen it before in another timeline. The others hadn't, however, and although I couldn't see their faces through the visors on their helmets, I heard more than a few gasps over the radio. For a few long moments, we just kind of stood there, astonished.
Where the hell are we?
The desert, I guess?
I figured that out. I mean, which one?
I don't know, but astronomy magazine in the lounge? Well, the next eclipse like this was gonna be on December 31st, 2028. So...
Wait a minute. Let me get this straight. Are you suggesting we were sleeping for a week after we were abducted?
I think so.
This is like that episode in Mike Tyson Mysteries. I don't know what you're talking about, Crow, but I'll take your word for it.
Either.
I feel like that's really out of context, but I suppose that makes a lot of sense. Wherever we were must have been far away from any city. The air was clearer than I'd ever seen it. And the stars. The sky was full of them. More stars than I'd ever seen in my life. I could even spot the hazy arm of the Milky Way. The Milker's Way. But the most striking feature was the moon. It was blood red and massive. Link, the blood moon rises. Much bigger, in fact, than I remembered it being. Then as I watched, a black spot began to move across its surface. It was hard to see details, but it looked circular. The spot
That
continued
sounds
to move across the
interesting.
moon,
I don't know,
heading for the right edge. Adult Swim show parody of Scooby-Doo is probably better than Velma, I'll tell you that. What's that?
Well, the moon's shadow, actually.
Thanks, Junpei. The moon shadow? I frowned. That didn't make any sense.
Xero told me to stay quiet. I think he was worried I'd spill the beans on his operation. He said if I didn't toe the line, he wouldn't just kill me.
Xero?
He'd kill Quark, too.
Oh.
And I agreed, like an idiot, and brought Quark with me.
Is it Snake?
Just so I could see her. Such an idiot.
You are. Akane never loved you, man.
So, that being the case, might as well start with this.
That's no moon. Well, then what is it, Fortis? Ex Cassius Fortis.
That up there is the moon's shadow.
What the hell are you saying?
Think about it. If that's the moon's shadow, then what's it falling on?
That's Earth?
Yeah. It's not the red
Did
moon
we
hit from a lunar
not
eclipse.
realize that we weren't on Earth? I guess.
And again, this isn't a lunar eclipse. It's a solar eclipse. Anybody in the black spot down there is looking up at the moon, covering the sun.
What? No. No way! If that's the Earth, then where the hell are we?
The moon, of course. This is the lunar surface. We were just inside a moon base.
I didn't guess. Even Quark knew! What the?
No way. No, you've gotta be lying.
Then why are we wearing astronaut suits?
How do you expect us to believe that? This can't be the moon.
Yeah, that's pretty ridiculous. Besides, if this was the moon, how do you explain the gravity? The moon only has 1/6 of the Earth's gravity. So what's this?
She picked up a rock and dropped it.
Explain this, atheist. No.
Yes, it looked that way.
Luna?
You were right about the gravity in a way. I was one of the people who knew this wasn't Earth. Well, I suppose I'm not people, if we're being honest, but
Excuse me? What?
please just listen.
You got a bunch of deep cup
Alice,
references,
you
girl,
were
that I
infected
don't
with
know.
Radical Six. Then we gave you the Excelivir, which cured you. The Radical 6 isn't completely gone, though. Some of its symptoms stick around for a while.
There we go. So yeah, to you guys it looks like it's falling at a normal rate, but in reality it's not.
What symptoms?
Well, Radical 6 can slow down your brain's processing speed by the root of 1/6. It can take a while for your brain to get back up to speed.
I
Every
see.
one of us has been infected. In other words, all of our brains have been processing
Clever.
information at a
I like how
much
she
lower
includes
speed.
herself in that.
If you evaluated the root of 1/6,
Well, I mean,
you'll
she
get a
hasn't
number
revealed to
close
everybody that she's a golem yet, so.
0.408. That means our brains are running at something slightly less than half speed. As you said before, the moon's gravity is about 1/6 that of Earth's. The time that it takes for an object to fall is inversely proportional to the square root of the gravitational acceleration.
My brain died.
Since the gravity is lower on the moon, that means the time increases.
See a lot of big
I guess that's
words.
a little technical. Let me give you an example. Say you
Ah,
from a
yeah.
height of 4.9 meters. It will take approximately 1 second to hit the ground. On the moon, however, that time would be 1 second times root 6, which would be approximately 2.45 seconds. I used 4.9 meters because it matches up with the acceleration of gravity nicely, but it could be anything. The gravity constant is, well, a constant. You could drop something from 10 centimeters or 10 meters and it would be the same. Does that make sense? So now we've established that on the moon, things fall root 6 times slower than they do on Earth. That being the case, what would happen if someone's brain slowed down by root 1/6?
Excuse me, Crow?
To them, 2.45 seconds would feel like 1 second. 4.9 seconds would feel like 2. But it's not hypothetical. That's what's been happening to every one of us.
Dro?
Wait, you're saying that's the reason we didn't notice the weaker gravity?
Are you sure you didn't notice anything? Think back. Huh? You and Sigma and Phi said something about it in the lounge. About how you felt weird.
It's kind of like my body isn't really mine. I'm sort of floating. Like that.
Oh. Oh. Although, I mean, like, I already suspected that they were on the moon, but yeah. I didn't think of the explanation of why they didn't notice it. It seemed insane, but what Luna said made sense. In fact, it explained Phi's apparently superhuman strength quite well. That's the reason why Phi could just fly out of the elevator like that. I see. Yeah, and they immediately flash back to that. Yeah!
Yes, you're the
Wait, this is crazy. That can't possibly be Earth out there. Look at it. I've seen photos of Earth and it's blue and green and beautiful. That thing is just red.
Before we get into that, I should probably tell you something.
Doom 2006, but if it was good. I mean, if Doom 2006 and there was just a bunch of escape puzzles, then yeah.
This isn't New Year's Eve in 2028. Today is January 27th.
In 29?
No.
Don't tell me. 30?
Still no.
The 31?
Just what year is this?
Okay, 32.
It's 74. 2074.
Damn. I'll be 74 years old by then. I'll be a Temi-oldie. No. That's insane. I mean, we were abducted more than 45 years ago?
If you don't believe me, but it's the truth.
How can you be sure?
It's not that hard. Quark and I left Earth on January 23rd, 2074. Solar eclipses are easy to predict. We've known that there'd be one on the 27th.
It's 69. It would have been perfect. It was 2069. Missed opportunity.
Nice.
That's just science. Nobody can change that.
But why is the Earth red?
That's a long story. About 45 years ago, on April 13th, 2029, there were 18
Thought it was gonna be like on April
reactors
Fool's.
operating in various parts of the world. On the 13th,
I bet you it was a Friday.
The explosion was about 180,000 times as powerful as the atom bomb they dropped on Hiroshima.
180,000 times? What? Why? Why did we do that?
I suppose it started a few months before that. The government had a test site for a future Mars mission out in the middle of Nevada. On December 31st, 2028, there was an accident. Well, accident doesn't quite convey the right sense of the thing. The point is, Radical
It's
Six
Red
claimed
Imposter.
its first victims there, then escaped.
He is pretty sus.
Didn't take long for it to spread to the rest of the world. Like Luna explained, the virus slows your brain down, but eventually, it also makes you kill yourself. Pretty soon, the bodies started to pile up. Some people would take a dive off a building or shoot themselves in the head. You know, the classics. But for some, it was poison or fire,
Classics.
or asphyxiation, or the noose.
Are we sure that it was the virus and not some dude with a death note?
Plenty of people jumped in front of trains or cars. One pilot on a passenger airline drove his plane into the ground. Most forms of transportation ground to a halt pretty fast.
Yeah, I would
That
imagine
meant
so.
Food couldn't get distributed, and thousands of people who weren't even infected died from starvation. Everywhere you went, there were just piles of corpses, covered in flies and rats and crows.
I mean, it is a pretty interesting way to describe it. Ah, yes. The classic ways of dying.
I don't know what hell's like, but I imagine it's a lot like that.
Let's just watch the Keepstar content. The man never dies. No matter how bad
After
the
a while,
situation
people who
gets,
managed to
he
avoid
always
getting
bounces
infected
back
started
somehow.
trying to get in touch with one another. They got a hold of some radios and organized a couple meetings. There was only one thing to discuss, of course. How could they get rid of Radical Six? The answer, they decided, was purification. They figured they could just roast the surface of the Earth and that'd kill the virus off for good.
Excuse me? What did
Yeah, I see
what
the
are we
logic.
thinking? What? Oh my god. Jesus, man. Yeah, let's just destroy Earth.
Deep fried planet.
On April 13th, 2029, they put their plan into effect. That plan was to detonate all 18 annihilation
Were these the
reactors.
Myrmidons? I bet you they were.
Now the truth is, that's mostly just rumor. Nobody really knows what happened. But I've got my own theories. I think that the bombers had already been infected. And when they died, they took billions with them. The ultimate if I die, you're coming with me gesture, I suppose.
If I die, you're coming with me. All billions of you.
I bet you money they all lost it long before they got to the reactors. Killing most of the world, no matter how bad things had gotten, was not a sane plan. Even if it wasn't directly responsible. Radical Six
I don't
killed
think in
most of
any
the people on
context it's a
Earth.
sane plan. That's more of an evil villain plan than anything. It sounds like a Dio plan.
Anyway, why it happened isn't that important. Point is, it happened.
There's a lot of stupid things that we've tried to come up with, Crow. I remember reading an article once where Bill Gates was like, yeah, so we're going to solve the problem by blocking out the sun. We're gonna create a giant roof all over the entire planet. Yes. I'm sure all the plant life will thank you.
You ever heard of nuclear winter? Well, that's basically what we got. The explosions threw a ton of crap up into
Never
the
played Fallout,
stratosphere,
but
where it
yeah.
joined up with smoke and ash from all the fires. It blotted out the sun for 7 years. Plants withered and animals died by the millions. The few humans who were left banded together to survive. They were rough times. Eventually they were over, though. The sky cleared and the sun came back. Plants started blooming again, and the animals that hadn't died out completely began to
We
reappear.
simply had to live through nuclear fallout.
Things weren't quite back to normal, though.
Can't we just go back to 999?
45 years now, but there's still quite a bit of dust and ash in the air. That's what you're seeing. You know why a sunset's red? Well, this is the same thing. Blue and green light have short wavelengths, and they scatter when they run into debris in the air. Red light, on the other hand, has a longer wavelength, which means it'll get a lot farther when the air's dirty. So there you are. The Earth looks red because that's the only color of light that can make it through the atmosphere.
Wow.
Science lessons with Tenyoki.
You know, I guess at least now housing is affordable on Earth. I was speechless. What could I possibly say? Bro, this is a lot of games. A lot of games mixed together. Oh, ah! I don't mind me. I just went down to look under the hood for a second there. Don't know what happened. There was no reason for Tenmyoji to lie to us. So we were standing on the moon, looking at the Earth. It was 2074. But why? Why were we there? Why were we then? Why are we now? I was so lost in thought I barely noticed Phi's approach.
Hey, Sigma. I think I figured something out.
A window popped up on the inside of my helmet with a whisper in the corner. Oh, she's sliding into my DMs. She seemed to be using a circuit only we could hear. Yeah? What is
I
it?
figured out why there's an extra E.
An extra E. Oh, you mean the graffiti?
Yeah, the one on floor B. I think it's an anagram, just like on floor A.
What's Anna say this time?
God damn it, Sigma! Knock it off! Memento mori if the ninth lion ate the sun. If you rearrange the letters, you get... The man on the moon rules the infinite time.
How did you...
You just came up with that, don't worry about it.
What? How? How? Wait. Where even is the A? Oh, 8. There it is. 8 the sun. Okay.
See?
How did you just randomly figure that out?
She's the anagram queen.
Oh my god.
So they stuck an extra one in ninth.
I wouldn't want to face against her in Scrabble, that's for sure. The man on the moon rules the infinite time. Huh.
I think it's a message for us from Xero Senior and Akane. Remember what she was telling us?
We created the AB project for one purpose:
What's a shiso?
to transport the consciousnesses of two people into the past. Those two people are you, Sigma.
If I just would destroy us at Scrabble.
So, what are you getting at?
My god, you're slow.
I know I am.
You don't get it? They're saying we rule the infinite time. Infinite time. They weren't just talking about having us jump a couple hours. I think they're planning to send us back. Way back.
Oh! Okay, no, I don't know what's going on. Never mind. Okay, so I mean, she said that I was slow, but so what's going on here is that they did all of this in order to get us used to time traveling, by traumatizing us and then sending us all the way back in order to make sure that the Earth doesn't blow up like this. So, yeah. We need to go back to that facility where the initial virus got spread, right? And potentially stop that from happening. Which means, is that the zero time dilemma?
Yeah.
Oh! Oh! My brain is massive. It's so big. God. My brain is so big it matches another action. Yeah, I'm just gonna stop there. Ooh, wait a minute. So are you saying you think they're gonna send us back 45 years?
I'd bet on it.
So the ultimate purpose of the AV project is to send us back in time to that catastrophe Tenmyoji was talking
I
about?
think so.
So that's why they're there. Phi and Sigma are there. Also, Junpei's there. Akane's there. There's a tan lady there. Everybody's there.
Everybody's here.
That doesn't make sense, though. I mean, we came from that same time period before it actually... So, why bring us here and then send us back?
Well, Akane should be able to tell us the rest. Let's go pay her a visit.
Do you know where she is?
I've got an idea. Come
Oh.
on, think. Remember what she said when she gave you the key?
Tu fui ego eris.
To free.
So many things happen. I forgot about this stupid tombstone. God damn it.
Come on, what are you waiting for? Let's go.
My photographic memory has failed me. I should have recognized the Tufui. I think I made fun of it when I saw it on the gravestone too.
You did.
We turned and ran back into
How
the
could you
pressure
not?
exchange chamber. The others following close behind.
What are you doing?
You wanted to make a movie with a budget of avatars, so they tortured you.
Did you forget something?
Worth, I guess. We're gonna go have a talk with somebody. You really need me to spell it out? The person behind all this.
Akane.
What?
Take that as a yes. Let me accompany you then.
Wait,
What do you know?
why do you know about Akane?
I'll tell you when we get there. Now, if you please.
Is she like the scientist mama?
I'm coming with you. You folks just said the magic word.
Akane?
I'm going to this.
Jumpy!
So am I. Hey, is this Akane you're talking about?
Yeah, you know her real well.
Wait,
Oh yeah, Clover does.
You're serious?
Yeah, it's me, Junpei.
What the hell is going on?
Shut up, guys. Just shut up. Come if you want. We don't need to do roll call. Gee, once we get there, Akane can explain everything, alright? Oh, man. With that, we headed back through the airlock. I mean, it's not like there's anywhere else for us to go, right? How did Dio end up on the moon?
How do Diaz end up anywhere?
He just flew through space using his awesome Dio powers. We gotta see the door slowly open, by the way, guys. Because if we didn't, we wouldn't know where we are.
Ah, clever. The number 9 door on floor A is shut forever once the game ends. Assuming Xero Jr. was telling the truth, of course. But the door on floor B...
Yeah, thought we might be able to take the lift to it. And it looks like I was right.
Bruh. So everybody that left in the past could have just came back and opened this up for everybody else.
Any idea where Akane might be?
Oh, 2's last mission? The face looks like that. It's a mixture of a lot of things, man. Yeah, the grave.
The grave in the garden.
Yep. Don't worry. I don't think she's buried there or anything. Chances are she's alive. Just in the grave. Anyway, let's move to the garden. What epic plot twist have you figured out? I now know how Zero Time Dilemma fits into all this. That's why we need to go back to the past. This time without our fancy car.
We can't afford cars in this economy.
Feel free.
Is Akane really under here?
I think
What
so.
should we do? Are we gonna dig her out?
No. I don't think we'll have to do anything like that. You see the keyhole on the grave? If I just insert this here unzipped pants.
No.
I pulled the key on my ankle and fitted it into the hole. It was a tight fit. I twisted it to the right until I heard something unlock. With a quiet grinding, the grave began to shift. And demon pod.
What is this? It doesn't look like a coffin.
Yeah, it's a treatment pod.
Oh my god.
You couldn't tell by the giant letters on the side of the treatment pod, but yeah.
It is, isn't it?
The glass on the cover had frosted over, making it opaque. We couldn't see who or what was in
Let's
it.
see what's inside.
She grabbed a hold of the lever on the side of the pod.
No good. I think it's locked.
What?
Treatment pod TP00. Stage 1. Defrosting.
TP00. Bruh.
Stage 2 will be complete in 10 minutes.
Yo, what's up, T-boy? Worked 12 hours yesterday. Aw, damn, it sucks, dude. Hope you're feeling better.
Once stage
You got a good
2
rest.
is complete, the lock will automatically disengage.
11 hours? Are you gonna slowly reduce it by 1 hour, T-boy? Right. Cold sleep. These pods can put people into cold sleep. It uses something called Cass to freeze human bodies without destroying their cells. And I'm pretty sure Cass is also a character from Breath of the Wild.
Miss Akane's like an ice cube?
I think so.
Gotta wait till she melts?
Yeah.
So how about you tell us your story while we wait, Kay? Specifically, why do you know Akane?
I remembered
What do you remember?
everything.
Why are you me, by the way?
I was born and raised in this facility. It's called Rhizome 9.
So yeah, Akane was
Rhizome
the
is an
woman
underground plant
that-
stem that spreads by sending out roots.
that was like your mother, yeah.
It kind of makes sense, doesn't it? This facility is a little like a rhizome. Supposedly, that's why they call these installations that. The number comes from the facility's number. There are 54 rhizomes on the moon, and this is the 9th one. Well, I suppose
course
the
it's
other
the
ones don't
9th
really
one.
matter to you, do they? In any event, I grew up here with Akane and Xero Senior. I watched them create the AB project.
The AB project?
Yes. Its purpose is to send Phi and Sigma, or their consciousnesses at least, to the past.
Back 45 years,
Yes.
right?
So you want us to change history, huh? Go back and keep Radical 6 from getting out, and stop the reactors from exploding. That's our mission?
Well, not exactly.
What do you mean?
It's true that the ultimate goal of the project is to keep Radical 6 from spreading to the general population. But even if you do make it back, you won't be able to do much. By now, it's already too late.
Too late?
What do you mean by that?
Let me
Oh,
begin
well.
at the beginning. You might be thinking that Xero Senior and Akane were the ones who created all this, but that's not entirely correct. They only followed the histories they'd already seen. It was the only choice they had. Nothing less than the future of mankind is at stake. We need the two of you to jump through timelines while maintaining your memories. That is why you had to play the AB game, and why the chromatic doors were necessary. By forcing multiple options, you could make numerous jumps. We speculated that jumping more would strengthen your memories.
So they literally designed this visual novel in order to make us jump to different timelines to get practice in. I see.
The puzzles were also there for a purpose.
And like the AB rules were clear splits in the timeline.
Some theories hold that a moment of insight when you solve a puzzle strengthens your connection to the fourth dimension. That was the reason for the puzzles. Your infection with Radical 6 was also a vital part of our plan. By slowing down your brain's processing speed, we can store your potential. With that energy stored up, we just had to provide a life or death situation to launch your consciousness into the fourth dimension.
Just like the slingshot.
Like a bullet from a slingshot.
Wait. Hold on just a minute here.
What do you do with the UDT with zero time dilemma? I mean, I don't know. Is the game really that bad?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
It's not so much... The writing's fine. It's everything else.
No!
It runs into the problem of having zero budget. Zero budget and zero time, ironically.
Zero budget and zero time. They named it Zero Time Dilemma because they had no production time. No, I feel so sorry for them. Oh god.
Yeah, it was crowdfunded. It's the only reason it even exists.
Zero budget dilemma. Yeah, I mean, after this one, we're gonna be playing the Somnium Files anyways. So...
Yeah, we'll decide what we want to do with Zero Time Dilemma later.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. Yeah, like, if the gameplay is just tedious and it's clunky to play, then it might not even be worth. When did this come out, Cerby?
VLR? Or Zero Time
VLR,
Dilemma?
yeah. Or, well, both, I guess.
2012? VLR?
2012? VLR, okay. They couldn't even add a jacket on one of the characters? That's sad. Shitty games are the best? Why don't you go try and play UDG, huh? Tell me. Tell me if you're having fun.
I think the thing that hurts most about Zero Time Dilemma is just you can see the potential there. And like I said, the writing's not bad, it's just rushed.
Yeah.
It's really the animations that kill it the worst. Oh
God.
boy. And like
they wanted
the
to have so many
puzzles are
things.
fine. They're kind of a little... Tedious isn't the right word. They're not as good as some of VLRs or 999s, but they're not like the worst. We can talk about it later.
Yeah. I mean, all I can guess for that is they probably didn't have much time to fine-tune the puzzles, which is why
That's
they're a
pretty
bit rough around the
much my
edges.
guess.
Okay. The Death Note game, it's so horrible, it's good I didn't even know that existed. UDT makes Zero Time Dilemma feel like a masterpiece.
Yeah, I wouldn't in any way put it on UDT levels, because I guess the difference would be the writing isn't like the worst. But
I mean, as somebody who basically plays games or like appreciates media from a writing standpoint, maybe it'll be fine, even if the gameplay is bad. But we'll see. We'll decide later.
You keep talking about Sigma and Phi, but what about the rest of us? Why did you bring us here?
That's simple. In earlier histories, you
You
all
were
here in Rise
sacrificial
Online.
pigs, yes.
We needed you here to accurately replicate those histories. Although I suppose that's probably not a good enough explanation for you. In a sense, though, it is the truth. Our primary goal was to replicate history. The rest is...
You're really trying to pick a fight, aren't you, bro? Full cutscenes is 13 hours long?
Yes. I suppose I should explain.
Wait a minute, if it was zero budget dilemma, how is it 13 hours long? Just for cutscenes?
Yeah. They drag out.
Oh, damn it.
Very well.
Like I said, the main problem is the animations.
I will try and do so in a way you can understand.
I guess we'll just do multiple streams watching the cutscenes, maybe.
First,
I think, honestly, it
Alice and
might be
Clover.
fun to play it, but we'll figure it out.
They were abducted 45 years and 1 month ago, on December 22nd, 2028. The
Yep.
location is Earth, of course. More specifically, Los Angeles, California. Correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
They were
After being
experimenting.
kidnapped, your bodies were sent to a facility under Akane's direction.
I see.
You were placed in treatment pods and immediately put into cold sleep. 4 months later, you arrived at this facility. The date you finally arrived was April 14th, 2029. Your trip from Earth to this facility was aboard a spaceship powered by an annihilation engine. Following your arrival, your pods were placed
I
in
hate the
long-term
fact that we
storage.
call it an annihilation engine. That just bodes ill.
Does that make sense?
Are you telling me we were sleeping in those pods here for 45 years?
Yes.
Yeah.
In preparation for this day.
But why?
The Tokyo Ghoul game.
What do you need us
I think I saw some gameplay of that, but like since Tokyo Ghoul has really fallen off, I didn't bother. The manga is something you guys should read, but yeah, everything else, no.
I mean that you are able to access the fourth dimension. Am I wrong?
Where's Snake in all
Akane
this?
tell you?
In a manner of speaking.
I mean, they
As I've
didn't take
already
him.
explained, the purpose of this project is to send Sigma and Phi's consciousnesses to the past.
Presumably he's dead then, right?
Espers are able to sort of
Yeah, or
resonate with
just
one another,
chilling on
which can
Earth,
amplify their power.
doing snake things. I don't know.
Dude must be real old compared to Clover by now.
You understand? This is why we brought you here, Clover.
Finally finish this. To play Trine, I think it'd be a pretty good transition. I'm not sure about that one. What is Trine? We're
I
gonna
played
jump
a
into the
tiny
other
bit of
Ichikoshi games.
Trying to because my friend really liked it. It's like a weird side-scroll platformer. I don't remember much of it.
Those are their 999 ages, 18 and 22. I mean, if Clover's still stuck at around like 20-ish, and Snake is 45 plus years without being in cryo sleep, then yeah, that's Grandpa Snake. Oh, Zero, please tell that woman to wear a shirt, please. It's making me act up. I'm sorry. Uchikoshi is a mad
We
lad.
can't control her.
She doesn't listen to anybody. He's hiding under a cardboard box. Snake! Snake! He's been hiding under there for 45 years. He hasn't come out. Oh, God.
What about me?
We needed your help, Alice, to deactivate Dio's bombs.
We needed you for fan service.
Huh? But I didn't do anything.
But you did. In another history, you were able to perform prime decomposition on the 25-digit integer that Dio left behind. Only you could do that sort of thing.
Oh, yeah, it's true. She did.
Because
She was
of
the
your
only one with the
feat of
knowledge to do
mathematics,
so.
We were about to determine that Dio had planted the bombs. Then we were able to question him and get the password for the number 31. Finally, we used that information to stop the bomb in this timeline. Without your help, Alice, we would have been reduced to nothing more than so much space dust. This history exists because of your presence.
I am very
Let
important.
me explain why we needed Tenmyoji and Quark. Tenmyoji is simple. We needed you for the same reason we needed Clover.
We needed you for fan service.
You are able to access the fourth dimension. Almost half a century ago, you used that ability to save a young girl, didn't you?
Can we stop saying a young girl and just call her Akane?
Yeah, I did.
We needed you to resonate with Sigma and Phi, so we brought you here. All it took was a messenger.
Do you want to see Akane? If you do, come with me. I was a fool and fell for it.
And
Yep.
you brought Quark with you. In fact, you insisted that he come.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Guess you were worried about leaving me alone, huh? He kept saying he couldn't run off to the moon and leave me behind.
I'm sorry, Quark. If I hadn't been so stupid and selfish, none of this would have happened to you. I never thought this would happen. Can you ever forgive me?
Oh, don't worry about it.
I mean, this facility here is probably better than anything that you guys got on Earth at this point,
I mean,
right?
I agreed to come with you. I thought the moon would be way more interesting than boring old Earth.
I mean, yeah.
What kid would turn that down?
We didn't see the messenger after we got on the ship. It was on autopilot.
And Quark needs to survive so he can grow up to become Chie.
Headed straight for the moon. During the trip, Xero told me to keep quiet once we got there. I don't remember anything after we landed.
Then there was a bunch of that white smoke, and we passed out, and when I woke up, I was in the AB room.
This is a Canadian accent?
Now, Dio. His real name is Left, and he's the leader of a terrorist organization called the Myrmidons. He was ordered to come here. The Myrmidons are under the control of an organization called Free the Soul, which is in turn controlled by a man known as...
Oh yeah, they do kind of look like those helmets. The fighter pilot helmets.
It was Brother who orchestrated the release of Radical 6 into the general population 45 years ago.
Is Brother one of the guys in Zero Time Dilemma maybe?
Do you remember what Phi mentioned earlier? The ultimate
I
purpose of
won't
the
answer
AB
that.
project is to change history and keep Radical 6 from being released. If we succeed, that would be bad for Brother and his organization.
The Myrmidons are called the Clay Dolls? Why did they change it to Myrmidons then?
Our success would prevent them from creating the ideal world they're working toward. That is why
They
Brother
changed a
sent
few weird
Left,
things in
his
the
trusted lieutenant,
dub.
to this facility. They needed to stop the AB project. So, Dio was given two tasks.
Because like Clay Dolls makes sense in the fact that they're cloning people, right?
The first was to eliminate Akane, the architect of the AB project.
It was to make the cult sound more threatening, so they changed it to Myrmidons. Okay, I feel extremely scared now. Clay Dolls had some wordplay, assumedly, yeah.
The second was to join the AB game and win it. If Dio won the game, the AB project would not be completed. At least, not in that timeline. In other words, in that world, the project would have been stopped. If things didn't go as planned, Dio was given a contingency plan.
I would be baby rage mad if that was the case, Crow.
If you cannot murder Akane,
I invested so much time and it's just like, yeah, do that again.
destroy Rhizome 9. Hence, the bombs.
What do you know about Dio's cult so far? Almost everything, I guess. About like Brother and Left, and Right, and clones, and their kind of goal to create a new world.
Can I ask you something?
Perhaps.
How did Brother know about the AB project?
He was also an Esper.
Ah, well, then I'm going to assume that yes, he is a part of the game.
We can set Brother aside for now, though. May I proceed?
Should I explain the wordplay then? I mean, can he explain the wordplay, Cerby?
I don't know it, so I don't know how to answer that.
This should be the final stream of Zero Escape, though, so...
I assume so. You know pretty much everything about.
Yeah. No one objected. Go ahead, Wince. No, let me drink some water. We're all curious.
Excellent. That explains everyone, save two. Luna and myself.
Alright. Yeah, why do you look like me?
Sigma and Phi already know the truth about Luna. I don't believe I should reveal any more, however. I think it would be more appropriate if you could ask Luna yourselves at a later time. Would that be alright with you, Luna?
Yes, that's okay.
As for me, as I said before, I was born and raised here.
Like Cradle, as in Cradle Pharmaceuticals, the thing. Oh! Ooh. Of course, it all comes back. Everybody hates Ace.
The rest of you were brought to this facility, but I've never left. That makes me someone close to Zero Senior and Akane.
Why would Chris Hansen be here?
Hey, I've been wondering, who is Zero Senior?
Yeah,
You've
please.
already met him, Sigma, in another timeline.
Yeah, well, I saw a hologram. I still don't know who he is, though.
Stage 2 is complete.
It also referring to someone being manipulated and controlled by something else? I see.
TP00 unlocking.
It looks like it's finished. Shall we open the pod?
You didn't answer my question. Yeah, let's do it. One of the 2 reasons because it just sounded cool. Myrmidons, really? Oh yeah, all the kids are gonna love this. All of us gathered around the pod. The glass was still covered with frost, hiding the contents.
Okay, let's get started then. Ready?
Vi laid her hand on the lever and looked around at us. I swallowed. Yeah, anytime.
Here we go. 3.
Unquestioning follower. Ooh. I guess that would kind of describe all the clones.
2, 1.
Dun 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 dun.
So you said 3, 2, 1 and then didn't actually do it at the end. Wait another 3 seconds. It's me! Mario! Nani? Suddenly, my head was full of memories from other timelines. I'd seen something like this before. The warehouse of Floor B, in front of the white door. Kay was lying in front of me. I grabbed his mask and saw my own face. What a handsome man he is. I'd never figure out who he really was. Why was there a man with my face underneath Kay's armor? It didn't make sense. After I'd seen him, I was injected with tubocurine, and that was the end of it. But wait, if the person in the pod was the same person I'd seen on the floor of the warehouse, who was wearing Kay's armor?
You finally noticed.
Zero Senior.
Didn't I tell you? You won't be alone. I will be at your side, watching over you.
No. Oh my god, you're... Wince Media? Oh my god! The plot twist! Unironically, I think it'd be kind of cool if there was like a mystery game where like people in chat would end up becoming characters at some point.
It kind of
And it was
like
just,
how
like,
in Cult of the
randomly pick
Lamb you can
people.
add your your chat into
Yeah,
the
yeah.
game.
Yeah,
But like in a murder
something like
mystery.
that. Yeah, I think that'd be pretty
that'd
cool.
be fun.
Yes,
Very
I am.
Zero.
Akane.
It was me, Akane, I was doing this voice the entire time. Also, I was like,
I assume the mask has a voice changer.
I was 2 feet taller than I actually am.
June, I mean, Akane, from... But you're old.
Nice going, Clover. Got him!
Yes, that's correct. I haven't spoken to you in a very long time, Clover. Or you, Junpei.
Junpei?
Akane. Long time no see.
Wait, did you not know that was Junpei? Oh my god! Everybody's mind being blown!
There's a different timeline where he does tell her, because there's a point where she doesn't trust him at all, and then he goes and talks to her by himself, and then she trusts him.
Oh, I think I remember. No, Clover, don't say it out loud. What's up, Gia? Welcome to stream, man. Didn't see I'll say it again, but I think I can. Okay. My mind was still reeling. It felt like all the air had been knocked out of me, and it was all I could do to not collapse right then and there.
When? How long?
Do you remember when the two of you saved me in the warehouse? Once you saved me.
I need to see that again at some point. More. Seeing Dio get drop kicked is a guilty pleasure of mine.
I carried your bodies to the third AB room.
No, I'm not guilty.
Then
It's just a pleasure.
Dio's to the fifth. After that, I went into the first room and borrowed Kay's armor.
Also, why is K me, by the way?
So by the time you and Clover came out, you'd already...
Damn. The old lady Akane is a buff.
Yes.
Wait, that doesn't make any sense. Dio killed you, and then Luna took your body to the 6th room. You couldn't have been in Kay's armor.
It was me. In this timeline, at least. In this one, I wasn't murdered by Dio. You two saved me. It's just like Schrodinger's cat.
I've been calling him Schrodinger. It's Schrodinger?
Your actions in the future decided who would be inside the armor in the past.
What? No. That's
Kay's
nuts.
armor was the box all along.
Oh my god. Ah!
Alright, what about the other history? The one where you weren't saved. What happens then? Who's wearing the armor?
It's me. Sigma.
That's quite simple. The man in front of you.
Him?
That's correct. Whenever I'm not in the armor, he is.
What about the memory loss?
Schrodinger with a hard G like finger.
For my part,
Did she just mispronounce it? I don't know anymore. I'll just go Schrodinger. People know what I'm talking about anyways.
he, on the other hand, was telling the truth. Large doses of soporil can cause memory loss. I gave him a rather large dose.
Poor guy, man.
So, who
Okay.
is he?
You've never seen him before?
No.
What about the rest of you?
I have no idea who he is.
I've never seen him before.
Me either.
Wait a minute.
Total stranger.
Guys? Hey, come on. What are you guys saying? Right here, same face.
Are you alright, Mr. Sigma?
Sorry, I had to go and leave, wash my face, and look at myself in the mirror just to make sure that I am who I am. If I'm not Sigma, then who the fuck am I? Am I Zero Senior? It was me, Barry? Oh my god. What if I am Dio?
In the whole game, it's so good.
Oh god, what is it? Can I see a reflection of myself?
Did you hit your head or something?
Huh? What? It didn't make any sense. Why didn't they recognize me?
Sigma, your consciousness can jump through time. You can inhabit your body in the past or in the future.
What does that mean? That Zero Senior is Sigma in the future? Who's living now? What?
Don't you get it? You've jumped to the future. From
Do you remember how many
45
times
years
they've
ago.
called you old man playing the game?
They have?
Yeah! They've called you senile a few times. Like, it's so
What?
good.
I thought they were just making fun of me. I looked around frantically. A pond. I ran to it and threw myself down to my knees. Crawling on all fours, I approached the edge. My heart was hammering inside my chest. A cold sweat trickled down my spine. Calm down, calm down, calm down, damn it. I struggled to take deep breaths. Then slowly, I peered into the pond, looking for my reflection.
Remember how many times he's flirted with the girls and only to have them go,
I thought Sigma just had no game! Are you
There's
fucking
actually one scene where you can
serious?
kind of see it, and you paused on that screen for a really long time, so I thought maybe you noticed, but you didn't.
Wait, when?
When you're getting dragged off, you see it in the security camera footage when you're in the security office. It's like all fuzzy and grainy, but you can kind of see that his face doesn't look right.
Man. Oh, Christ, it was Sigma. I don't
haven't
watch
seen that video in
every
moments.
Yeah. What? No. This can't be real. Also,
That
like,
explains the robot arms too.
is it really that hard to, like, recognize me as, like, the older version of the other guy? I don't know. This face.
It's your
I don't think I'd put two and two together. I'd maybe question why they're wearing the same outfit, but
Dr. Sigma Klim?
Although
Climb.
to the you that's
Climb?
behind it now, it's your face 45 years from now. Zero, the mastermind of the AB project.
I told
So
you
I
you were
am
really
Zero!
Sigma.
I was Sigma! I am Zero! I am everything! This just works out way too perfectly! What is this? It's like this game was literally made for me, what the fuck?
Is you.
What? No, that's not possible! That's bullshit!
It's the truth. Fighting it isn't going to do you
Honestly, they
any
do
good.
Sigma pretty dirty in this too. Sigma and Junpei, poor guys.
I'm not a
You
doctor!
will be a pioneer in the field of genetic engineering.
Why?
Yeah,
I thought he was
remember
interested
when we
in that.
started the game? There's a point where Sigma says he's working on his doctorate still. And they're like, well, you must have been working on that for quite a while. And you know, well, I guess so.
What? You're lying!
No, I'm not. You created him. Well, I suppose I should say you are going to create him.
Create?
His name is Kyle Climb, your clone. That is why he looks just like
I
a
mean,
younger
I know that he
version
was a
of
clone,
yourself.
but he's a clone of my younger self.
Basically
23
Sigma's
years
son.
ago, in the biolab here in Rhizome 9, you created Kyle. Well, I suppose for you,
Because the father
that's
in
still
K's
in the
backstory
future.
is Sigma.
Yeah. And I guess the mother that came in was Akane.
When I said I was born and raised here, I was still pretending to be him. The gravity here is only 1/6 of Earth's. If nothing was done, the reduced
And the
gravity
reason
would cause his bones
why-
to be weaker than normal human ones.
Why Kyle didn't recognize us as his father was because of the amount of drugs that she put into him.
They get probably a combination of that, and when
And
he did
like
remember,
he doesn't know
he knew
what
not
he
to
looks
tell.
like. Oh, I see. Because that was part of the AB game.
Yeah,
But you
because he was in
prepared for
on it
that.
too.
You gave him that armor. Ever since he was born, he's lived inside of it. It kept his
How did he
muscles
grow?
and bones strong.
I assume
He
he
wasn't
like
forced
sized
into
up
it
over
for the
time.
nonary game. He's been wearing it every day, all his life.
How did he go to the bathroom? But why would future me create a
He
clone?
was to be your spare. If something happened to you before the project began, he would take your place.
Must be very elastic armor. It grows with him. Evolves.
I mentioned before that the AB projects A and B stood for after and before. That isn't all they mean, though. The A also means anima, and the B means body.
Anime?
Anima.
I
is
definitely
another
read that
word for
as
the
anime.
soul, or the consciousness. Body is, well, exactly what it says on the tin. The past consciousness will go into the future body, and the future consciousness will go into the past body. They switch.
I imagine all the
That was the
timelines
chief goal
of the
of
confused
project.
past Sigmas that you've left behind.
Wait, so the future person goes into the past
Sigma,
person?
Do you remember the note you found in the garden?
You mean this, right?
Yes.
Oh.
Ah, of course, it was you who investigated the garden in this timeline.
It's so confusing to remember what I did when.
Yeah.
Sigma, take a good look at this. It's an illustration of the time jumps your consciousness is making. A is where everything began. December 25th, 2028.
Look at the Giga Chad.
The white smoke in your car and
I still don't
lost
understand why we spread our
consciousness.
legs like this.
From there, you jumped to B.
Panic spread.
Unless if this is... Oh, no, wait, yeah. I think I already realized this earlier, but this is like a camera view of... from underneath the chair, which is why our legs are spread like this, because we're sitting down. It's not from the front window. Imagine it was from the front window, it's just like, yeah!
Don't come near me!
January 25th, 2074. You woke up in one of the AB rooms in Rhizome 9. You are in your own body, but it is 67 years old. Your consciousness
Damn, I'm old, man.
has jumped 45 years.
That'd be a
into
weird
the
view for sure. I know, right, Gio? Sigma's defense mechanism is just spread his legs. Take me! Take me now!
The body you woke up in was much older. Normally, you would have noticed that your muscles were much weaker. In
But because
this
of the
case,
weak
however,
gravity,
the lower gravity balanced
Yeah.
that out.
He's still pretty
Moving
jacked,
on.
though.
true.
If you continue along this line, what happens next? You reach
Spreading is the message of the game, yep.
which is January 27th.
You've understood the moral of the story.
2074. That
You can
is
see now why
today.
the OVA made no sense when they're trying to animate this shit. Because you can't animate it first person, and you can't animate
What do you
Sigma,
mean?
so like, where does this leave you?
Are you saying it's been 2 days since we woke up?
I mean, you could animate Sigma as in like him being the younger self, but
That's what they
then
did.
change it somehow in the end when they get revealed that it was like an unreliable narrator kind of deal.
Yeah,
36 hours.
that's what they
to
did
be
for the one
exact.
episode that they animated.
Have
But
you already forgotten?
But it's impossible to tell the entire thing in one episode, I'm sure.
You were all
No, it's only like the
infected
very
with
beginning.
6. The virus slowed your brain down. So yes, 36 hours of real time have passed. But to you, it only seemed like 14 hours and 40 minutes.
Wait, does that mean that the clock, when it says that like, oh yeah, the AV room is gonna close and this, is actually also sped up?
it's going in your
Now
time scale, yeah.
comes the important part.
How do I guess science. Math
That's
is
just
science.
math. It's a digital clock.
Your consciousness will return to the past. It will re-emerge at point D. April 13th, 2029.
The time
You will
when
return to your younger body.
But that's
Yeah.
the same day as the reactor explosions.
Yes. That is why I said it
I
will
just
be
turned my
too
brain off, I don't blame you.
You will return to the past.
You become Tyler 1 when
Events
infected with a
you want
virus?
to have already happened. The story does not end there, however. The line continues.
Just want to Connie to say the thing so I can explain the thing. She's so close to saying the thing.
After reaching point D, you will eventually return to B.
Eventually, things
But
will
this
happen.
time, you won't be jumping through time, or at least not at a rate faster than normal. Your consciousness will spend 45 years inhabiting the same body until you reach point B.
So we just have to live through the 45
Do
years?
you remember when B is Sigma?
January 25th, 2024. According to what you just told us, this is 36 hours ago.
Correct. That was when the consciousness of the 22-year-old Sigma jumped into the body of 67-year-old Sigma. So where did the older version of you go when you took his body?
Back to my past self? Point A. December 25th, 2028, the day all of this started.
Yes, his consciousness will go back in time 45 years. For a period of time, he will inhabit your younger body. While your younger consciousness is elsewhere,
The way
he
this
will
ends up
be
working
living
out,
in
the only
past.
time Sigma really gets to be in his younger self is when he's old mentally.
Damn. That sucks.
Yeah.
But once that body reaches point D, my 22-year-old consciousness will come back to my point C.
That's correct.
Oh,
When that
yeah.
happens, the older version of you will be ejected from your younger body and return to your body at C.
So it's rotating?
Rotating. I suppose you could put it that way. But look at this illustration closely. What if you take all these lines and untangle them? You get one single line.
I'll enjoy this moment.
It may
It's
look
interesting. I
complicated,
like it.
but in truth, it's a single straight path, with one exception.
This line here at point E, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Point E is December.
Why did it turn into a classroom
31st,
lecture? Always has been, honestly. Wins.
Yeah, where have you been?
Remember in 999 where they're like, did you know this random odd fact? Oh, damn, you're so such an idiot for not knowing that. Here, let me explain it to you. December 31st.
I think you just don't like time travel, Wins.
Day Radical 6 got out of the test facility.
By now, you've likely figured it out on your own. The purpose of the AB project.
So, once we diverge.
The consciousness of the 67-year-old Sigma from point B to point A. If we can do that, we can change what happened 45 years ago.
So the old version of me will keep Radical 6 from getting out. By jumping into my 22-year-old body on New Year's Eve 2028?
Yes. That is why this line could not be interrupted. In order for the 67-year-old version of you to reach point B, we first have to go through point D. In order to get to point D, we must jump from point C. And for point C to happen, we had to recreate everything that happened in this facility. That is why we have faithfully retraced history up to this point, so that we might save humankind from destruction and undo the horrors of the last 45 years.
Okay. Oh, man. Within the rules of our time travel, I suppose that all makes sense. Tell me one thing.
What is that?
You said that point C is January 27, 2074, which is today. There's going to be a jump, and I'll jump to April 13, 2029.
Yes, that's right.
But look, I'm still old. When is this jump supposed to happen?
Very soon.
Soon?
Yes.
And what's going to trigger it?
You need potential energy stored to send your consciousness into the fourth dimension.
She takes out the knife and stabs us.
Fortunately, we now have plenty of that. Thanks, ironically, to Radical 6. All that remains is to launch your consciousness. Like a bullet from a slingshot.
And how do you propose to do that?
Didn't I tell you? A crisis. A moment balanced between life and death. That can jumpstart your brain.
What do you mean?
You haven't figured it out. I mean this.
How did I know? Dio's knife? No sooner were the words out of my mouth. Are we seriously gonna let this old lady do this to us? Bye! I screamed and leapt toward them. Akane was already in motion, the knife diving toward Phi's chest. I was almost there. When I regained consciousness, I was on the floor. There was a dull pain in my chest. I felt for a cut, but something was in the way. It took me a moment to realize that it was Akane's body lying on top of me. I twisted my neck to look around. Nearby was an old tombstone. On it was written a few words in Latin. To flee! What you are, I was. What I am, you will be. This is me talking to my past self. Rather, my future self within my past self. Chiaki?
There's 2 more scenes.
Alright.
They're short.
Someone gets stabbed by a kill. That's
I
an
worry
interesting
about you
need.
guys' chat.
Quite a spry old lady, for sure.
Keep on working out with Sigma.
When she takes off her clothes, she's just ripped. Ah, man. That was crazy. I did not expect any of this, honestly.
You were cracking with a lot of the time travel stuff, which was fun. But I like that this Sigma moment still got you, because I love it so much.
Like, how was I supposed to expect that? I mean, those
I
are.
need to find and screenshot the one.
It's like, those are things you definitely notice on a second playthrough once you know what's actually going on, right?
Oh yeah,
But
for sure.
I thought people were
And all
just
the
making
comments
fun of
and things.
Sigma. Yeah.
Yeah, no. They do it quite a few times. I've seen a few people comment on it, but I've never seen anyone actually guess it.
Oh, damn. That's good writing.
Mhm, mhm.
They're always foreshadowing it, but they never reveal it until... Yeah, it all just comes down and it makes so much sense now. The way that people treat Sigma. And then, like, there's also the perfect explanation as to why he doesn't suspect it himself. It's because of the moon gravity. Yeah. Oh, man. And then, of course, like, there was so many other explanations that you can make up for anything else that would explain it as well. Of, like, yeah, obviously we knew about Dio's clones, so which is why, yeah, obviously, the K was a clone of us, right?
Yeah.
But no, he was a clone of us when we were younger. Oh, man. Phi, and a new destination has been added to the flowchart. Achievement unlocked time after time. Alright, 50 hours. Ooh. Ooh. Before. Headquarters, April 13th? 2029. Oh, shit! We're going to when it all goes down.
Today is April 13th, 2029, and this is the evening news. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. I don't have any news to read. All of our station's reporters have passed after contracting Radical 6. So have my... Excuse me. I've managed to keep us on the air until now. But I'm out of tricks. It's time for me to sign off. This concludes our broadcast day. I pray that someday our world can be cleansed of this horrible plague. Goodbye.
I hope you have a good retirement, newscaster lady. Or, well, okay. Yeah, that's that's... I'm sure she is fine. For a moment I just stared at the TV. The roar of the static seemed to fill the entire room, until with a click it disappeared too. Had the power gone out? I heard footsteps behind me, then turned around. You. Akane?
It looks like the first step was successful.
Damn, Akane. Knowing what you've become. Oh.
She always was, I told you.
What the fuck? You killed me!
Killed?
I guess technically you're going to kill me 45 years from now, but still!
Hey, no need to be rude about it.
No need to be rude about— what the— you killed me!
I didn't kill you. I hit you with the butt of the knife. You're fine.
I'm okay?
Yes. You and Phi needed to experience a state of crisis. That was the only way.
Me and Vi?
Yes. I only told you about you, but we also needed Phi to jump.
Hit him with the knife's ass.
Now, you know what happens next, right?
We go to the moon?
Correct. We will be leaving tomorrow, April 14th, 2029.
Too shocked dead? That reminds me of like Konosuba, when Kazuma dies because he thought that he got ran over, but he didn't
You've
actually.
finished preparing your shuttle. Only a few last-minute checks and additions. You'll be traveling to Rhizome 9, along with 3 treatment pods.
She's no longer a guild. I'm really sad. What the? I'll leave you be, bro. Alice and Clover,
Yes.
right? What about the third one? Who's in there?
We put her into cold sleep 2 days ago. She appeared at our headquarters and volunteered to be frozen. That wasn't the Phi who jumped from point C, though. It was Phi before she jumped from point A to point D. In other words, she was following the same path you are. And she still is.
Then that means that after you froze her, the point C version of her jumped back
Yes.
into her body?
The point C version of Phi is sleeping in that pod. She'll stay there for the next 45 years, sleeping in ice.
Then when she gets to point B, her consciousness will jump to point A, right?
Correct.
Huh. So that's why she didn't look old. So why don't you just stick me in one of those
Can't
pods?
do that.
Why
You
not?
haven't figured it out? You have to spend the next 45 years working on the AB project. After arriving at
She goes,
Rhizome
"Boy,
9,
you gotta work."
must master genetic engineering and artificial intelligence programming, among other disciplines.
What the? You're putting this all on me? You're like, yeah, you need to master genetic engineering and
goes, "I didn't do it,
artificial
that's you."
intelligence programming.
Otherwise, you will be unable to create Kyle, Luna, and Lagomorph. And, of course, you will
It's
need
your
to develop
schedule
the
now,
chromatic
Sigma,
doors and the
exactly.
bracelets.
He's like, you do it.
You will also be the person who summons Tenmyoji and Quark. Once you've completed all the preparations, then the project can actually begin. January 25th, 2074. You will defrost Phi and carry her to the 3rd AB room.
When I'm 74 years old?
Once you've done that,
I mean, I guess it's on the moon,
22-year-old
so...
version of you from point A will force you out. And you'll just go back 45 years to your own body on December 25th, 2028.
What the
Oh, I wish, Crow. And then I change history? Do you really think I can keep the virus from getting
You
out?
have to. If you don't, billions of people will die.
You don't have a choice, Sigma.
Only you and Phi can save them.
I think this is the cult robe that Snake was wearing in 999.
Ah. What does that even mean?
I don't know. It's just fun fact.
What about you? Aren't you an Esper too?
I can't do anything on my own.
Screenshot
At least
this.
she's honest. Oh yeah, I do remember that pun. Or pun. Winced.
Kurashiki sounds like Crash Keys, the organization Akane is a part of.
If this is going to work,
Crash Keys? What's
I'll
that?
need your help.
I don't know if they have. I can't remember. Doesn't matter. If not, she'll say it soon.
So basically, she just told you she's a woman, bruh. So what do I need to
What do
do?
you mean?
Like, what specific actions do I need to take? When Fi and I jump to point A, what are we gonna do
You'll
then?
both enter the Mars mission test site.
And after that? She doesn't
I
even
don't
know.
know.
Yeah. What?
I'm sorry.
We're still trying to figure out how to make that game.
We really don't know anything about what happens in there. We don't know how the Radical Six escaped. We don't even know why it was there in the first place.
Oh, crap. Then we're
That's why
screwed.
we need your help. You have the ability to jump through time and
I
across
can't
parallel worlds.
believe that we're hinging this entire plan. Like, we're putting so much time and effort into something that we don't even know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, you should have just put that at the front of the timeline.
Yeah. Wait.
We need you to figure out what happened in that test facility. Things will be difficult.
Wait, does that mean that we play as Sigma in Zero Time Dilemma as well? And then we can jump around timeless in order to make sure that we get the outcome that we need?
You play as several different people in Zero Time Dilemma.
Oh. Oh.
And I'm
Okay, I
sure
guess-
Save and
you will
load.
find yourself in a great deal
You
of danger.
kind of... You're not first person, really, in Zero Time.
Okay. Save and load until you solve that problem. Exactly.
But I believe the two of you can overcome any obstacle.
Wait. How do you know it's
The
dangerous?
67-year-old version of you told me what happened. He wasn't able to stop the virus.
Then why do you think I can?
So I suppose you could say you
Yeah, I
told
mean,
me after you
it's like-
failed.
You keep throwing mud at the wall, it'll eventually hit the mark, right?
I see.
In this case, the mud is Sigmas.
I don't feel good about my chances. I feel very sorry for all the Sigmas that have failed just to get me here. Damn. What did what did I
The
say?
test facility is full of traps. There was one point a woman's life was in danger.
A woman's life in danger? Oh my god.
What the
Risked
traps do to
yourself
her?
for her sake and lost your arms and your right eye.
Ah. That explains why. My arms and my right eye? Maybe I shouldn't do that again. Maybe I should just let her die then. What the hell? Ah!
Sigmund isn't very aware of his own body.
This picture is so funny though. It's just like,
It's so good.
my hands! My vapid hands! No! Suddenly a low rumble shook the building. Ugh. What was
Go have a
that?
Look.
I moved slowly to the window and peered outside. It's one of the annihilation bombs going off. On the horizon, I could see a massive mushroom cloud climbing slowly towards the sky. Would we really be able to change the course of history? No, that was the wrong way to look at it. It couldn't be a question. I had to change history. We could save the world. I'm going to change history. I stared at the darkening skies above us and steeled myself. I would succeed. Where all past Sigmas have failed. End or beginning. Ooh. Fire and Ice achievement unlocked. Alright. Is that it? Is that the game?
There's one last bonus scene. Yeah, right there.
Another time.
This one's not gonna make any sense.
Where?
I see you've finally woken up, Kyle.
Kyle.
Ah, yes. Of course. You've only just woken up in this timeline. It's only natural for some of your memories to be missing.
I lurched upright, jumped off the bed, and ran around the other side of the partition. The mirror over the sink was covered with a film of dirt. I wiped it off with my sleeve, and my reflection stared back at me. Wait, why do I have the memories of Sigma then if I'm Kyle? There was no mistake. The reflection belonged to...
Kyle Climb. So, I'm Dr. Climb? Zero Senior's clone?
What? How do you know that? Shouldn't you still be suffering from amnesia?
An excellent question. One I didn't quite know the answer to myself. I knew who Kyle Klein was. In another history, he had been called K and had worn a suit of armor. He hadn't just worn the armor in that history, though. Apparently, he'd worn it all his life. Kyle had been born and raised in this lunar installation which seemed to be called Rhizome 9. Rather late in his life, Akane had appeared as a mother figure, and he had consequently grown very attached to her. I knew everything about him. But even though I knew it, I didn't feel it. Was I really Kyle Klein? Every time I looked in the mirror, I saw his face. Spitting image of Sigma Klein in his younger days. I looked down. I thought he was gonna look down at his thing just to check. No, there was Dio, so I go. I turned back around to Luna.
What day is today?
January 27th, 2074.
I love Kay's
Today
voice.
is the last day of the AB project. Akane has explained everything in the garden. And she drew a knife and attacked Phi.
No, this is Sigma's memories.
How long have I been asleep?
About 5 hours in real time. For them, it would have seemed like a little more than 2 hours.
So they still haven't been treated for their Radical 6?
No, they've all been given the antiviral. It just takes a while to have an effect.
Okay.
I see. So the consciousness of the younger Sigma has gone back into the past. It should have happened right after Akane attacked Phi, right?
Yes,
Why am I here?
the doctor carried you back here. You were in the pod in the garden.
So the person you call the doctor is Sigma Klein, as inhabited by his age-appropriate consciousness.
Yes,
Age appropriate.
how do you know that?
Dio seems to have remained unconscious.
Yes, I've been administering Soparil whenever he gets restless.
What about the others?
They've all gone
Man's
off to
gonna build up
different
an
areas.
immunity.
Yeah.
Tenmyoji and Quark, for instance.
Oh, right. Mr. Klein.
So the sleepyhead's finally up, huh?
What are you two doing here?
You don't know where we are?
This is the upper floor of the pressure exchange chamber. The real one.
Mm-hmm.
We were just about to get dressed and head out.
You plan to return then? To Earth, I mean.
Yeah.
Sigma told us where we could find the shuttle that brought us here.
Oh.
Well, guess he's not really the Sigma I knew anymore. He's Dr. Klein now, or Zero Senior, depending on how you look at it.
Why?
Okay.
What do you mean, why?
Well,
I mean, there's really nothing left on Earth for you guys,
just
right?
curious why you would choose to return to a devastated planet when you could stay here.
How's staying here gonna help? You aren't gonna say something idiotic about how we should wait here until Sigma changes the past, are you?
I mean, for us, I don't think we'd ever experience that change, right?
You can't wait for something that's already happened. Grammar doesn't work that way. Hell, nature doesn't work that way. You following me? We've already lived through history. Sigma failed to keep the virus from getting out. About 45 years ago, Radical 6 created a pandemic, and the antimatter reactors blew up. That all happened.
So, regardless, this is our
Whatever
reality,
Sigma
so
does in the
yeah.
past, history's not gonna change. In fact, it's because of what he did or didn't do in the past that we've got this past and present. Let me give you an example. Imagine a group of 100 motorcycles driving down an endless freeway. Eventually, they hit a junction. The road splits in two. One freeway continues off northwest, and the other stretches out to the northeast. So one guy, we'll call him S, pipes up. "Let's go northwest," he says. So they take the northwestern road. But about a mile past the intersection, something horrible happens. A semi driving the other way veers into their lane and plows through the bikers.
Damn.
90 of them die. The surviving 10 are wounded, but survive. They don't stop, though. They keep riding down that highway.
Crazy
and eventually
bikers,
they've
man.
gone 10,000 miles. Then suddenly, something happens that they couldn't have predicted. S, who had survived, suddenly has his consciousness thrown back in time. He ends up back in his own body just before they reach the junction. He remembers everything. So what does S do? What anybody would do. Let's go northeast. That means all 100 of the bikers survive to reach their destination, happy and healthy. And they all live happily ever after. That's what you're thinking, right? It's a great outcome for the 100 bikers that went northeast. But what about the 10 that went northwest and survived the accident?
Huh? Wouldn't it be 9 people? I mean, S's mind went back in time, right?
Right. Okay, 9 people then.
Well, when your mind goes back in time and then you swap places with the previous version of yourself in a separate timeline, doesn't that mean that the version of yourself that is still in the other timeline just still continues to exist? Or does that just become a lifeless husk?
It would be the person that he would swap with.
So you screwed over the other guy who's had the chance to not be you?
Does it just
It's like I said,
disappear when S
imagine
changes
all
the
the
past?
confused sigmas that you throw into all the the ends of the timelines when you jump back to the beginning.
That's depressing, man.
It's not as if it was only bad things that happened during that 10,000-mile trip. Maybe one of them fell in love with a woman working at a gas station they stopped at and had a child. Maybe one of them picked up a homeless kid who joined them on their adventure. That 10,000-mile journey would be full
Yeah,
of
definitely not
stories.
projecting.
Friendships, farewells, romances. The loss of those 90 lives is horrible and unfortunate. But what would rewriting their history mean? The 9 who survived lived full lives. How can it be right to just erase all that? The survivors overcame their own misery and loss and made the best they could of the hand they'd been dealt.
Junpei got really deep.
Isn't that worth something? Isn't that the best thing that humans can aspire to? Is there really any point to a world where everything
I
is
think what
happy?
he's trying to say is, well,
Are people
things
who
suck,
struggle
he
for
still
a better
has
life
Quark, and he
just
still wants
idiots?
to live his life the best he can.
You could have just said that.
Being human is about fighting, even when it seems hopeless, and finding happiness, even in a world that hates it. Are you saying that's worthless?
What I'm saying is that your drip back when you were young was much better than your drip now.
If you're saying rewriting the past will erase all these other timelines, then whatever God wrote those rules can Look, I'm just not going to accept that, alright? You get it?
He wants an irradiated
Sigma
waifu.
changes the past.
I don't know, Akane was kind of his waifu, but Akane's weird, man.
And you and Quark will never meet.
She chose the mission over him.
Is he right?
He just used his ass.
Let's just hook up with Alice.
It's not going to happen. We're here right now. This is reality. Even if Sigma does change the past, we're not just going to disappear or something.
Yeah, your consciousnesses won't transfer into the new timeline. That's everybody, where everybody's happy.
Oh, then that means we get to stay together? Good.
I mean, yeah, but also the world is
Thanks, kid.
screwed.
I understand how you feel. Why you want to return to Earth is clear. You have lives there, I imagine. There are likely people waiting for you.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Have you already said goodbye to the others?
Bye, Luna, Alice, and Clover all saw us off. We told them we'd see them again someday, and then
What
came
was
here.
that?
They were the only people you want to say goodbye to?
Well, no point saying anything to Dio.
Yeah.
Besides, he's asleep. You were asleep too.
Sorry, but we didn't really know much about you.
You have a point. Akane was in the armor in this timeline, after all. What about Sigma?
Well, he's not really Mr. Sigma anymore.
Of course. He is Dr. Klein now that his consciousness has returned.
Because his older self swapped back here.
But more importantly, he's the guy who brought us all here. Not a lot of warm feelings there, you know?
And
Yeah, I get
Akane?
Never mind her. She's just like him. Not the Akane I knew.
That must hurt.
She must have seen some pretty awful things over the years. Hell, she might not even be human anymore. But the Akane Kurashiki I know isn't here.
Whatever timeline that we create by going through Zero Time Dilemma, I hope it's better than this. I hope that Akane doesn't turn out the way that she is. She becomes a better person, that Junpei gets to have a better life.
She's not anywhere.
In the end,
I mean, she
Clover and I
ditched
were
him at
just
the end of
pawns.
999.
Yeah.
Pawns to be used and then gotten rid of. Still, it's not like we're completely
But still,
resentful.
like, people could change. Maybe.
We had to be here to help change the past. That part's easy to understand. But
Kinda sucks, though. I mean, Sigma and Phi have it easy. They get to go back to December
Do they?
25th in 2028.
They have it easy. They just have to go through
I mean,
another death
Phi
game.
has it easy. She just has to, and do
They'll
the
stop the
one more.
Radical Six and save the world, and then they'll have a nice
Sigma's
normal
gotta do
future to look forward
everything.
to.
Sigma has to learn genetic engineering and artificial intelligence programming.
In other words, they get to
Within
go back
45
to point
years,
E
by the way.
and just enjoy history like it was supposed to happen.
But we don't. We're stuck with point C as our starting point.
No, Alice will not wear a shirt.
You told us about Ten Myoji's story.
She
right?
believes in women empowerment and that she has the right to wear whatever she wants.
The one with the motorcycles?
And honestly, I say go, girl. I support
It
this.
would be like if Alice and I were kidnapped right before the intersection. Then whoever grabbed us takes us to wherever the bikers are going, 10,000 miles to the northwest.
Don't get us wrong. We know why we had to be here. Without us, S's consciousness wouldn't have been able to go back to right before the intersection.
If that couldn't happen, then the fate of those 90 dead
They're
bikers
calling us
would be
S now?
sealed. But
It's still
It's
not the
just the
best
motorcycle
situation for those of us
hypothetical.
left in the Northwest.
I see.
We're stuck in the reality where the 90 bikers died.
are we just supposed to go live on Earth? It's a wasteland now.
You
And
guys can
what
just
about
chill
our
here.
friends and families? We left a whole world behind 45 years ago.
I don't even know if they'd still be alive, to be honest
Even
with
if
you.
it is for the greater good,
It just doesn't seem fair, does it?
yeah, it's a little bit much.
Well, yeah. This entire plan wasn't fair to begin with.
No.
So we went and talked to the old lady.
She
Akane.
told us that there is one way.
One way we could get back to the past.
Let's say you do go back to the past. Wouldn't that cause your minds to get thrown back here? That seemed to be how Sigma and Phi's jumps worked, at least.
Yeah, so you'd screw over your past
Yes,
selves?
You're right.
But this is different.
Different. How so?
From what she said, it sounds like there's a way we can send our bodies back in time too.
You're going to build a time machine.
That's ridiculous. It would create a paradox. How could you have two Clovers and two Alices at the same time?
But that wouldn't happen.
Akane says there's a way around that.
How on earth does she plan to do that?
You kill the other Clover and Alice.
Cat.
Oh, hey,
That
Kyle.
explains everything.
Figured you'd come here eventually.
Where's Dr. Klein? Luna said you were with him.
He said he was tired, so he's off resting right now.
Also,
There's
is
a bedroom at the end
Kyle
of the
not a
hallway.
perv like his father?
He's in there if you're curious. Oh,
I mean,
right.
you got to know
He
him
told me to
throughout
turn on
all
this
the other
hologram
routes.
projector thing when you showed up.
I guess. He didn't grow up in the same environment that Sigma did, so he's different, even though he looks exactly
Want me
the
to
same.
start it?
Sure.
Glad to see you. There isn't anything in particular that I have to tell you. However, I imagine there are a great number of things weighing on your mind. I'd love to answer all your questions, but unfortunately, my circumstances make that an impossibility. I hope you can forgive me. Everything I know, Phi should also know. I have instructed her to answer any questions anyone might have. Anyone other than Kyle, that is.
Damn. Screw you in particular,
What does
Kyle.
he mean, other than Kyle?
Who knows? Is there anything you want to ask?
Oh, right, well, I guess I may as well cut to the chase. Just who are you, Fi?
I'm not Superman, that's for sure. And
Ah,
I'm
so you're
not
Superwoman.
Batman or Spider-Man or Aquaman or a Merman or a Wolfman. I'm not a Brahmin or Common or Ramen. I'm not a Cayman either, so you really don't need to worry about anything.
Why are you getting cheeky with me?
Please don't dodge the question. About 5 hours ago, Akane attacked you with a knife. That triggered something which sent your mind back to the past, correct?
Yeah. Assumedly.
Specifically, you were sent to Point D. April
So
13,
right now you're working with
2029. On that
Sigma
day, your body
to
was
clear the
already in
game.
Akane's custody. Although by then you were in cold sleep. You wouldn't have regained consciousness, but your mind was now inhabiting that body. That pod was your home for 45 years. You slept there, frozen, until the time was right. Then on January 25th, 2074, you were finally thawed out, even though you didn't wake up. Still unconscious, that was when your consciousness changed bodies again. A version of you from December 25th, 2028 arrived, pushing you out and sending you back to December 25th, 2028. This is when you finally woke up. In 2028, you found and joined forces with Sigma, whose older mind was inhabiting his younger body. Together, you attempted to infiltrate the Mars mission test facility.
And failed.
Fortunately, your plan failed. The Radical Six did escape on New Year's Eve. That failure determined the path you followed. Instead of going along the line that branches out to the right from Point E, you headed straight to Point D. Point D being April 13th of the following year. That was the day that you made your way to Akane's hideout and asked to be put into one of the treatment pods. Another consciousness enters your body around that time from the future. It is,
I
of
wanted to
course,
make a
the
3-hour
version
video
that
explaining
left
the lore
your
of this
body when
game.
Akane attacked you in the garden.
Sure. I definitely understand everything very well. So much so that I can definitely write a 3-hour essay on it. Oh man.
This caused the two versions
There's
of you to
so many
swap
things that I
places.
can draw parallels to from like Steins Gate.
You moved
Yeah, I'm sure.
45 years into the future, where you woke up on the garden floor. That put you on the line that comes here. So if we discount the time you spent in cold sleep, for you only 3.5 months have passed since that happened. That being when you were sent back into the past from the garden. Have I missed anything?
No, everything you talked about you got right.
Well, what do you mean by that?
I'm kind of an unknown variable in this equation. You could think of me as a kind of X factor.
Wow, you really
It's
think
taken me
highly
the
of
last
yourself, don't you?
3.5 months to understand it.
Of course she does.
And I haven't understood anything in the last 3.5 seconds. Could you please explain?
Kyle still got that smart ass way of talking though.
It's kind of like the relationship between classical mechanics and modern physics. Strictly speaking, you can't combine velocities with V1 plus
Manly
V2.
badass heroes the best at literally competing the games 100 but not understanding them. I mean, I've seen some of his videos around, but I haven't watched them. Maybe I should.
V1 plus V2 divided by 1 plus V1 times V2 over c squared is the actual equation. Of course, the sort of velocities we encounter in day-to-day life don't come close to being c squared, which is the speed of light squared. That means that 1 plus V1 times V2 divided by c squared is usually going to evaluate to something pretty close to 1. Since that would mean dividing by 1, it's usually okay to just skip that step and use V1 plus V2. You see what I'm saying? In most situations, it works, even if it isn't technically correct. So you knew enough to get the stuff you were talking about, right? As long as you stick to that, you won't run into any problems.
I don't quite understand. In fact, I feel like you're dodging my questions.
So
Yeah,
is
what the hell was
what
that?
you wanted to ask about?
What was all that about the equations?
No.
Yeah, just answer me truthfully, directly.
What I really want to know is what happened between Christmas and New Year's Eve in 2028.
Mm-hmm.
You and Sigma infiltrated the Mars mission test site, didn't you?
Yeah,
Yes.
what went wrong?
What happened there? How did Sigma lose his eye and both his arms? And why was Radical 6 in there in the first place? What could a deadly virus have to do with the simulated mission to space?
Sorry, but I can't tell you that.
Why?
Why?
Because it would change history.
You telling me, Kyle, in the future, about something that happened in the past, would change the outcome of said thing that happened in the past? How does that make any sense? What?
There is a history where the virus didn't escape. That's the line that goes to the right of point E.
Yeah?
In that timeline, humanity isn't heading for annihilation.
They
and
did a
Earth
little
isn't
trolling.
red. The future is much
I can see
brighter.
Sigma and Phi doing that.
But if I tell you what you're asking me
You
right
actually
now,
do get to see their out
then that
in
reality will
Zero Time Dilemma
disappear.
where Sigma loses his arms and eye.
I'm sure we do.
The
Like-
VLR ending, if you will.
They can't mention that without actually showing us that, right?
Yeah.
I think it would. From the fact that they know, like, the exact timeline of events and how they have to, like, recreate history in order to achieve a certain goal, then I'm guessing that because they know that they're not allowed to say anything to Kyle here, or else that would change the variables.
You understand?
I don't. Why would all of that disappear if you told me what I want to know?
You're about to go back to the past, right?
The past?
What?
Don't be silly. I can't do that.
And where the hell did you learn all this stuff? I just listened to you tell me a bunch of things you shouldn't have known about.
That is true.
You were sleeping in the pod in the garden. You just woke up. So how can you know all this? You know my past. Sigma's past.
Does that mean Kyle has the same power? Or was Sigma's consciousness transferred into Kyle? What is going on? Okay, thank you, Okane. Finally. You're actually going to tell me, right? This time, not to say something cryptic.
You are not
Definitely.
Kyle Klein. Your body
I'm
is
Sigma.
Kyle's, but your
I am
consciousness
Sigma.
is not. Think about it. Do you really believe you are Kyle? Or could you be someone else entirely?
So does that mean
Then where is the real Kyle's consciousness?
inside of
He
Sigma?
was thrown out when you entered. Right now, in a manner of speaking, he has arrived at December 25th, 2028. His consciousness has gone into a body from that time. I doubt you know how much the doctor loves Kyle. He raised him on his own.
You're not answering
Kyle
the question.
is irreplaceable.
She's not
Do
going
you
to.
really think he would go back to the past and leave Kyle behind here?
Are you serious?
I know what I told the others, that Kyle was Dr. Klein's spare. But that was not his only purpose. Kyle's consciousness is integral
think
to
this
what
is
we
the
are
biggest-
trying to accomplish. This new mission begins.
No.
I'm not going to say
Ever.
unanswered question, because I have theories as to how it works in the Zero Time Dilemma, but it's never really directly answered. As far as I'm aware.
I see.
And I don't really want to get into my theories until you've seen the game.
The test facility and prevent the spread of the virus.
Is there potential where Kyle's consciousness transferred into Sigma's body as well as Sigma's consciousness? So they're kind of like two souls in one body, maybe?
I'm gonna just let you do your own theories. I don't want to say anything.
Okay. And now it's
I don't
changed
want
from
to
Kyle
spoil
to
the
question
only good
mark.
thing about Zero Time Dilemma.
What did I miss? Honestly, Ito, how do I even explain this shit? There's a lot of body swapping and time traveling going on right now. The older us transferring into the younger us transferring into the older us in order to go back in time to change a horrific event that will set us onto a new timeline.
Event in human history? Wait.
Yeah. Wait, wrong game. To set us onto a new timeline where people don't fucking die, you know.
Less
Yeah.
So now
I mean,
that
people
my
still die when they're
consciousness
killed.
has entered his body, the doctor has achieved his objective. Kyle has gone back to 2028 to participate in his mission.
Correct.
There's one thing that troubles me.
I mean, here's the graph of everything that happens, Ito. Just take a look at it. I don't see how you couldn't understand
Makes
this.
perfect sense, yeah.
Yeah.
They show you this early in the game.
Kyle was created before reaching point B from point D. That means his body did not exist on Christmas in 2028.
Yeah. So we're
Does that
transferred
mean
into
he is
Sigma's
also
body?
my body? Have we just switched places?
I suppose you could put it that way, yes.
What do you mean? I don't understand anything, Akata. You're not explaining shit.
That's ridiculous. What's going to happen to me? You telling me I have to spend the rest of my life here in this box, living in a borrowed body?
No, not at all. You can travel freely through time and space.
What?
You are an uncontrolled variable that entered our closed system. As such, the rules of this world do not apply to you.
So I'm an isekai
I
protagonist.
have no idea what...
Please
much.
don't try to play dumb. I know what
I'm not playing dumb. I am dumb.
Surely
It
you
is
must
it's
know
Zero
by
Dilemma
now.
kind of makes sense, it's kind of not.
I guess we'll find
Yeah.
out, maybe. But when we
Yeah.
finish all the games, I'll ask you questions, and I hope you'll have answers. Because, god damn it.
Yeah.
Akata's not giving me anything.
To go into the past and
No, she
save
never
the
does.
world.
Ever.
Phi and Sigma, even with all of his future knowledge, will need your help.
Wow, who will I go back
Only
into?
you can right the horrible wrongs of our past.
Me?
Only you can save the world.
Yes, you Zero.
Yes, there is. You have to. Don't you want to know the truth?
I do! So tell me!
Don't you want to know what happened in between Christmas and
So this is the cruelest part, Zero. Remember?
2028?
Zero Time Dilemma
Yes, I do, but-
barely existed. Like, fans had to fight for that shit to even exist. This is where it was gonna just end.
Then you must believe.
Oh my god.
Reality is shaped by what we believe reality should be.
Which is why,
If
as much as
observation can
Zero
change
Time
the
Dilemma
motion
isn't
of a
perfect,
particle,
I still love it for the fact that it's there.
Existing.
Yeah.
how is it odd to
The
think
fact that
human
the
thought
Western
can
audience
shape
largely
reality?
were able to crowdfund and give Uchikoshi the
Your
chance
will
just to
can
finish the
change
story.
history. The world will be reshaped into the one you imagine.
So we're God?
Yes.
So free.
Remember what I've told you. Only you can change history. Only you can save the world.
Okay. Alternative end. A certain point of view. Achievement unlocked. Oh,
And with
man.
that, you've beaten Vartu's last reward.
Yay! So now
We only
what?
went an hour over.
Yeah, we're only an hour over. We still have all the gold files to read. Fuck. Do we have to?
You don't have to. They're kind of just
Okay.
extra. You can read them if you feel like it, but you don't have to do it on stream.
Alright, alright.
You
What
should
really
have
happened?
theoretically
Oh, yeah?
platinum the game. I think you should have every achievement just from that.
Really? Let's
Mhm.
check. I have 94% of achievements. I'm missing 2.
What are you missing?
Let me check. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Gained all trophies, found all the files in VLR.
You should have all the files.
I should. Yes.
I don't know. It's in the escape rooms.
I mean, yeah, we've gotten every single one from every single escape room we've been in, yeah?
Yeah.
Did I miss one somehow?
I don't know.
That shouldn't make any sense.
I don't think so.
Yeah. I mean, I can't exactly open the menu here.
Don't know.
Where is it? Here?
It's the secret files.
Secret?
Yeah.
I have them all.
Did you save?
I did.
You should have. Yeah. I don't know. Weird.
Huh. I have to read them all.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. Well, I'll try and figure it out afterwards, I guess. I do want to plan them. I mean, we already went through the effort of getting all of them.
You did all
right?
the work for it, yeah.
51, 50, 24. There we go.
Nice, nice. So what are your
All
final
right.
thoughts?
That
Real
ending
quick,
was
so well
crazy.
Yeah, it is. I put in our Discord the image that you stared at for a long time. You can kind of see Sigma's face.
Skip 20 hours in VLR. I still felt interested in Zero Time Dilemma after this hour. I can see why. Because there was so many plot twists that like you couldn't expect, but they all just make so much sense once you understand the explanation. And like you go back and look at, oh yeah, they did make fun of Sigma this way.
Yeah.
But of course you never think that. You'd think that they were just like, you know, being weirded out by Sigma being a creep, you know? Because that's just who he is. But no. Oh man. And like even when they revealed the time travel thing and then like Akane was like, yeah, we did this all for a purpose. And then she wouldn't reveal it, so I was like infuriated, like, does that even have a purpose? And then you're like, oh, when you learn the story of what happens, yes. So that's why. It's not just like time leaping in between this facility, but we can go much further back in order to prevent things from even happening in the first place.
You've been honing your skill. That's why you had all those arbitrary decisions.
Yeah, arbitrary A, B, bruh. Oh, you missing it? Phone call.
Cool. We've lost him, chat. He's gone forever. Oh. Oh, look at the little tiny Zero head poking up. Oh, he's back. No, I love Virtue's Last Reward. Like, out of all three of the Zero Escape games, this one is my favorite. By far. If not just for the ending, but I love how it builds up to it. No, he's not back. I'm kidding. His model just moved. I really wish they gave Uchikoshi more of a chance to do more with Zero Time Dilemma. But I realized that's basically what they did with I, is he finally got the budget to write and have a high quality game. And I's great for it. So I can't delete it. I don't have control. I wouldn't even if I could. Never. But yeah, that's what we're gonna do now that we finished Zero. Not Zero Time Dilemma. Virtue's S Reward. We're actually gonna put a pause on Zero Time Dilemma and hop into I the So Many Levels, which is another Uchikoshi game, but it's not connected to the Zero Escape universe. Just to kind of play a higher quality game for a moment, and we'll eventually come back to Zero Time Dilemma probably
I am back.
in some way. Welcome back.
Yeah, sorry guys, I had to go and help out my parents. But yeah, I just love the slow build up throughout the entire game. And while it did kind of get a little tedious, I think the payoff was worth it.
You had some bad RNG, and you didn't unlock things in a great order, but it is what it is. So
bad RNG. I think that's just a part of me. Like, even
Yeah,
Arthur
me
was
too.
like,
Me too.
I should have bought you Darkest Dungeon, because whenever Zero plays like an RNG game, he always gets screwed over by it. I don't know why. Skill issue, honestly. I can't
people
believe
say
it.
that there's no such thing as like luck, and I'm like, nah, everyone has an invisible luck stat, and mine's garbage. Because I've seen people with good luck stats, and I ain't one of them.
Yeah, same, dude. Did Zero enjoy the unlimited escape rooms? Speaking of the escape rooms in this game, I don't really have any problem with any of them. I think some of the puzzles were kinda hard, like really, really hard. But
I think it has a
that's
good
probably
balance.
just me, you know. I think people generally just have a easier time figuring out certain puzzles than other people do.
Yeah, that's what I was
This is how
gonna
our
say. I
brains
feel
work.
like I've definitely seen some people really, really struggle on certain puzzles and then like breeze through others and then have it be completely the opposite for other people.
Yeah.
Whereas like I like the logic puzzles a lot, and I like the like shape puzzles and things like that. I'm less good at some of the other ones. It is interesting to see. You really see how people think when you play games like this.
Yeah. Oh, but like the character writing in each timeline also makes so much sense. It's just so well thought out.
When there's so many good little moments, like your very first AP game is usually against Alice. Like, most people end up down that route, and you started off by allying because most people want to be the good person, right? Only to have Alice betray them, so they go back, and then she betrays their ass, and Sigma's like, "Wait, that's not how this works," and the player's like, "Wait, what?" It's such a good introduction to the mechanic. I don't know. I love it. And all the little seeding all the way up through about Sigma's identity. I don't know. I love it. It's very smartly paced into the story.
Yeah.
And just seeded throughout.
The emotional struggle that you go through every single time you want to like ally or betray, like that feels like a substantial decision, right? And the game makes it feel that way for you. So yeah, it's just brilliant. I love it.
Yeah. And I feel like there's enough mysteries throughout it to keep you engaged throughout the whole time. Things from like the weird white stuff coming out of Sigma's hands to like Luna and Alice's and Clover's identities, right? Just to kind of always be there teasing you.
That's the thing, right? That a lot of games try to go high octane from the very start in order to kind of give you like some sort of promise that, oh, by end game you'll be this strong and you'll have this much fun. So yeah, go through the really slow early game. But here they do it in a similar way as to like the Steins Gate anime does, where the first half is very, very slow, but there's constant mysteries that are always present for you to kind of like, you know, think out or find evidence for and slowly build this puzzle piece while also not really revealing everything. And some of the assumptions that you make
just has more questions, right?
Yeah, there's more
the
questions stacked on top of it. And even the things that you think you've been able to conclude might not be true in the end, which obviously was what happened here. I had made some incorrect assumptions based on, you know, unreliable information from somebody who believed that.
Yeah.
that they were one way when they actually weren't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
But all
it's
the
great.
telltale signs are there, so when you are revealed, you're like, dang it is there! True.
Yeah, how did I not see it coming? But of course you could never see it coming, unless if you spoiled yourself on the game, right? So yeah, brilliant writing all around. Definitely worth the amount of hours that we put into it.
I agree. Like, I love 999, and there's a lot of people who 999 is their favorite of the Zero Escape games. But for me, it's definitely Virtue/Reward. I love this game so much.
I mean, I can see why 999 might be the preferred way. It's just very tight. I guess.
Like, I think I said it when we started, but it's still the prettiest of the three.
Yeah.
But
would you say that it shames Hideo Kojima? Oh, well, I mean, we're not really going into that kind of territory, are we? Kojima's stories are...
I've never played a Kojima game, so I have no grounds to even comment.
I haven't played either, I just have a general understanding of them. But the stories are usually extremely convoluted.
The same track record as, like, Uchikoshi or Nomura when it comes to just kind of absurd writing.
Yeah.
So I think I probably would like it. I just haven't gotten around to them yet.
Maybe someday. I mean, I do have the Metal Gear Solid 5, I believe, on Steam, if we ever get that voted for. And someday. I know that Pun's like a huge Metal Gear fan. But, yeah, I just enjoyed my time playing this game and voicing the characters, and I can't believe that I found a main protagonist that I connect to so much.
It was, like, as much as I love LR, seeing you and Sigma just be literally the same person is so good. Like, no other playthrough has had that to that extent.
Right?
That I don't anyways.
remember how many times I said something that Sigma was about to say before he said it. Because, like, we're just literally on the same wavelength, thinking the exact same thing.
And I'm just sitting here in the back of my head going, and he's Zero.
And right? Yeah, I didn't even mention that part. I'm Zero, Sigma is Zero, and I'm playing as Sigma while also being Sigma?
Yeah. It's so good. You can't write that. It's too perfect.
Is there a more perfect set of coincidences that could happen in any Let's Play on YouTube?
Sigma,
yes! Yeah, I didn't even think of that! Oh my god! I created a clone of myself! I did so many experiments with genetic engineering to make Cerby and Kimi, and it all just makes so much sense! What the fuck? Wait, did you make me play the Zero Escape games because this would happen?
No, but it's a beautiful side effect. I just love these games.
Oh, man. Yo, what's up, Demon? Usually I don't see you here, man, but what was the last reward anyways, and what was the virtue? It's confusing,
it was the we made along
convoluted. Well, honestly, yeah. Yeah, that pretty much sums everything up. I couldn't explain it any better, honestly. Akane couldn't explain it any better. Junpei could not explain that any better, yeah. It was all the Sigmas we made along the way.
We didn't even talk about the Junpei twist.
I had no idea Tamioji was Junpei. Not until, like, it
not
was
even when they
revealed with
showed you
Akane.
the picture of Akane, yeah.
Yeah, like I didn't know. It was like, oh, is that like Akane's grandpa?
Her grandpa, yeah. You're like, but then how does the Quark? How does it make sense?
Yeah, where does Quark fit in? Yeah. Man, seeing Junpei be the way that he is, get screwed over by Akane was kind of heartbreaking, though.
Yeah. No, not very many characters come out of this on top, unfortunately.
Is Zero Escape? Oh yeah, go ahead.
Quark probably has it best, since he's just living his best life with his great grandpa.
Yeah, true. I mean, well, Junpei did have a point there in the end, right? Where, like, maybe if these events didn't happen, maybe he wouldn't have met Quark, or honestly, Quark might not have even been born at all in the first place, you know? So there is value in the life that they have lived, and all they can really do is continue to live it to its full extent.
The life after the bad end.
But I would very much like to see what the good end is and how things turn out there. I am extremely intrigued, while also a little disappointed that Zero Time Dilemma is not the greatest game out there.
I think, as far as like a story conclusion, just if you look at it solely on the story, I'm satisfied. I think it's probably the weakest of the three of them, but it still gives me a satisfying conclusion that I'm happy with. It has fun plot twists, which is what I want from a new Uchikoshi story. It's got interesting narrative that doesn't quite go where you think it's gonna go. And I don't know, there's not much more I could ask for it as far as story goes. Where it falls short is just the visuals. Like, if you thought the animations were a little janky in VLR, that they're like AAA polished compared to Zero Time Dilemma. But
oh no, man.
For me, I can overlook it. I think there's a few like gameplay mechanics where it's like they're trying something new. I think it's a little clunky, but obviously they didn't have the time and the money to really iron out the edges. Yeah. And I can forgive it for pretty much all of that. I still enjoy it immensely, and I'm happy it exists, I guess is my conclusion on Zero Time Dilemma. It's for everyone to kind of have their own thoughts on it, though.
I'm glad to hear that, in your opinion, you find it to be a satisfactory ending, because this amount of setup that they left us off on in VLR would feel so bad if we didn't get to see what happened next. It would just be like, oh yeah, write your own fanfic after this. Yeah, hell no, dude. I need to see what your mad mastermind of a writer came up with here in order to give us a conclusive ending. Yeah, it's fantastic. I'm glad that you introduced me to this series. I finally got to meet Sigma, my bro, myself, and also Zero, and I got to experience some really good writing that hopefully I'll be able to use to break down other forms of media. Oh god!
And I'm really excited for you to jump into I, because I think I is definitely taking Uchikoshi's writing and giving him an actual like budget and team to create a really polished game. So it's different from Zero Escape, but it's very good, and I'm very excited for you to experience it.
Yeah, I didn't even talk about that yet. How exciting it would be to get Uchikoshi in a fully budgeted game, because this is what he's been able to do without like the greatest amount of resources. But I obviously is a much bigger franchise at the moment, so yeah.
Well, so Zero Escape never in Japan, like it bombed really bad in Japan, which is why Zero Time Dilemma wasn't going to be a thing. But it had enough of a Western audience to really support it that Zero Time Dilemma came to be. And then Uchikoshi kind of didn't do a whole lot in the middle. There's Punchline got mixed around in there, and he did some other stuff with Spike, but for his own like game stuff. I is his first kind of game that he came back to make, and it did really well. Pretty much, I don't know the sales numbers off the top of my head, but it was successful and people loved it. And so I2 obviously came out, and at the point that I2 was in development, Uchikoshi had actually left Spike Chunsoft to start Tukyo with Kodaka and a bunch of the other people who separated from Spike. So he actually came back and worked with Spike to finish I2. And it's even better than the first I, so it turned out.
Does that mean that Nirvana Initiative is going to be the last in the I series?
Unknown. It's not the first. Like, they're not opposed to working, like any of them that left Spike. They left amicably, it seems. Like, I don't know all the details, but they've gone and done other projects with Spike since. So.
Okay.
I think, just like, Kodaka has said in the past that he's kind of written all he wanted to with Danganronpa, but then in a more recent interview, he's basically said there's no plans to do any more Danganronpa, but if Spike did want to, he's not necessarily completely against it. So, like, between all of them, it seems like there's still good water with Spike, and could do more stuff with them with their titles.
So
Who
yeah,
knows?
whatever office politics happened, they're still working together and capable of working together.
It seems to me like Kodaka and Uchikoshi just had big dreams to do more things, and that's why they started their own studio. And so far, they've been putting out stuff. That's why I'm really excited for Rain Code soon.
There's another game that I recommend called Myst and the sequels. I have not heard of that.
I have played Riven. I haven't actually played Myst.
Oh, you know of it, of course you do.
They are old. Myst is older than Riven. Riven was the sequel or whatever. They're kind of puzzly, like point and click puzzle. They're really good. They're hard, but they're really good.
So good.
I've heard
Story's
that the
amazing.
Steam port isn't great. But it would be something fun that we could always try out. I actually think that would be really fun.
Yeah, true.
I do like
We
them.
could always put it on the list whenever we finish I and stuff. Or, well, actually, after I would be Zero Time Dilemma. So yeah, whenever we finish that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I don't know how long they are either. I'd have to actually.
Final thoughts on VLR. Personally, love the game. Glad that I played it. I would rate it a 8 out of 10, honestly.
Solid rating. I probably agree.
Yeah. I couldn't... The reason why it's not higher is because, well, obviously, like, it's a visual
It's
novel.
not the most polished, yeah.
Yeah. And there's still a few bugs here and there. There are some moments that dragged, but overall, the journey was amazing, and I'm glad that I got to the end of it. And what about you, Cerby? Same?
I have like really big bias just because of how much I love the series. But if I were to kind of like separate that, I think I'd probably agree 8 out of 10.
Yeah, definitely.
like the story is one of those that stuck with me since the first time I went through it, and every time I've watched a Let's Play of it, just getting to that finale is just the most fun I have in games.
Speaking
I
of,
love that moment of realization.
When I'm gonna go down to make breakfast today, I'm gonna be watching probably Nico play through this game. I
Yeah,
want to see his reaction to the ending here.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's gonna be so great to watch so many different people play through it. It's definitely a game that I'd recommend to anybody who's like a visual novel fan or like an escape room puzzle fan.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely a must play.
Or if you just like weird time travel shenanigans.
Oh yeah, if you're a fan of Steins Gate, then this is probably up your alley as well. But yeah, I don't know if we'll be starting this next week, because yeah, I will be moving at the end of this month. I don't know when I'll be able to come back to streaming. We'll definitely make a video on that, or maybe just a post about it. But the next game we will be playing on the schedule within this time slot is the Somnium Files. So
Yep.
yeah, whenever we start that, we'll let you guys know. Regardless,
Get to go from Sigma to Date, from one pervert to another. It'll be fun.
I hope you guys enjoyed your time here with us, and thank you for sticking with us throughout VLR. Hope you all have a wonderful day or night wherever you are in the world, and we'll catch you guys next time in the Somnium Files. See you guys later.
Bye bye.